Where we left you last time was in the perfectly fine and safe ruins in which nothing bad ever happens. Where you just got attacked by kobolds who basically are living in the walls.
Yeah, that sounds fine. Like nothing bad ever happens.
Also, Josh, roll me a perception check since you were using Thunderwave on the walls.
Pop my character sheet out here. Perception is.
Okay, then. You notice that after you damaged the wall, that you could probably stand there and because Thunder Wave is a cantrip, right?
No, I was casting
Thunder Wave.
Earth Tremor, not Thunder Wave.
Earth Tremor.
But they're both first level spells, anyways.
Okay. But you notice the damage you were doing was like the stone was basically pulling like a plant-like thing and slowly like regenerating it.
That explains a lot.
Mm-hmm. You guys managed to finally get the rest you need as well, by the way.
Okay.
Okay, so with them we finished the long rest.
So we're all safe.
Currently, yes.
Yeah. At least out of immediate known threat of harm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, did we go visit the tree, or are we still just kind of, getting away from these whatever marbly nasty
You're still on the way to the tree.
brain boring things, porcelain things.
Yeah, these kobolds that their scales match the like marbly texture of the stone.
Oh, it's a demented version of the build a wall. Ooh. Where all the little kids turn into bricks and they go and build a castle.
Mm-hmm.
Yuck.
Say what now?
Yeah.
Really, really old cartoon. I think it was based on the Pink Floyd song.
Brick in the wall.
The Brick in a Wall. And I don't know which one came first, but these children were being indoctrinated, and eventually they would be turned into basically evil gingerbread, zombie gingerbread kids, and be forced to walk over and become bricks in the wall of a giant castle.
That's oddly specific and very terrifying.
Yeah.
Yes, but you couple the Pink Floyd song with this little cartoon, and it's like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
Well then.
So, anyways, I'm scared. I'm a big, giant person, and I'm now scared and terrified. I don't want to stay here, guys. Do we know what hurts them? Besides
the rod
stabbing them?
Fire.
Fire's good. Okay. Fire. Let's see. Do I have a torch?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you weren't here for the part where we were burning people to get the cups out.
Nice.
Well, I was burning myself, and then
yeah.
Were you here for the stab?
Stab? No.
I had to stab a rock rub that was near Isaac's character's heart.
Yeah.
Oh. Wow. Okay.
Because my character knew it was either that or he was going to die permanently. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rock rubs, not once. Not even once. Yeah.
Whew. Okay then. So we know these are bad things.
Yeah, the things that attacked you look like kobolds. They're a bit different than the kobolds you faced or seen before. Typically, kobolds pop up whenever there's a dragon powerful enough nearby, and the number of kobolds kind of dictates how powerful the dragon is.
Aha. Let's hope this is a good dragon. Yeah.
Though you've never seen kobolds with the little sacks near their jawline that hold disease and stuff.
Yeah, they seem mutated.
Yeah. Okay. So we light our torches and grab our pitchforks and light our torches, and onto the giant tree we go.
Do I have a pitchfork? Sadly, no. I have a crowbar.
No.
Oh, well, we got plenty of torches. I got plenty of torches, so I'm going to light a torch.
Well,
I can stab little things.
I have a lantern. It's
Lit
hooded
torch.
lantern, yeah.
Yeah, the following day of travel, there's kind of a split in the directions you can go. There's one area that just seems the normal pathway, and then another one that there's a faint light glow to it.
A glow to it?
Yeah, it's faintly glowing.
Can I make some sort of check about that?
I'm not very intelligent, but I
make an Arcana check.
I mean, I'm not much more intelligent than you.
Okay,
16.
Arcana. What did I? What did you do? Kind of poke at the light.
Most likely, it has something to do with residual magic and some sort of magical item. This could be basically someone left. This could vary from someone left the magic light switch on to it was a generator that's still going.
To
I know
magical boots that leave glowing footprints.
It isn't glowing footprints. It's a glow down the hallway, basically.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I know. I
what
know
color is the glow?
Our silver-tongued friend Chucky would like magic.
Yeah, it's a soft green.
I'm gonna investigate by sneaking down the hallway.
You do that, buddy.
Roll a stealth check.
I'm usually really good at these, and I am still really good at these.
All right. You are stealthy.
Ooh. Good job.
I think I might also look for traps as I go. Not that I'm great at. Would this be perception or investigation? To check for traps as I walk down this hallway.
Either or.
All right, definitely taking perception. Oh, jeez.
There are no traps.
All right, since we have never checked for traps, I figured I'd do it at least once.
Hey.
Mm-hmm. Well, there are no traps here. I should.
Well, in the hallway specifically, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I approach wherever that green light's coming from.
You eventually get into a room, and there's a bunch of. All of them are broken, but you can see the faint little bits of them still attached. Of these various. They're almost vial shaped, but they'd be a tube containing something. They vary in size from extremely tiny to this could hold an extremely large creature. And in Druidic, it's specimen A and then specimen A. Basically, they go through the alphabet multiple times with this, and every single one of them has been broken at some point in their past.
I don't think my character would get to what I'm thinking, so I think I should make some sort of roll. because I have an intelligence bonus of 1 and a wisdom bonus of 1. I don't think my character would make that leap.
They could.
Like I don't know if they even know what vials and specimen mean. Specifically, specimen means.
Oh, can you read it in that language?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I know what the word means.
Oh, okay.
I think I'll just make a history check. Okay, I think I know what a specimen is then.
Yeah.
I returned to the party, concerned.
Oh, is he glowing stuff like really cool, like magic doohickeys?
I mean, I'm sure it was really cool magical creatures that escaped.
Was
There's a whole bunch of vials marked specimen A and B, etc., using the whole alphabet. Maybe wrapping around like double A, and they're all broken.
That's like 26 plus 26.
Well, I don't. Maybe I don't know if they got through the alphabet twice or not. I got out of there.
Do you stay there to like actually see how far they go, or do you just like do a quick scan?
I think I did a quick scan and saw like A, C, or something like that. So I figured they went through both at least once.
At least once.
So like the little tiny nasty white thingies like could fit in there, or that giant monstrosity that we chopped his head off a few times.
Were the vials that big?
They range from those sizes, yes.
Oh,
the answer is yes.
I don't want to stay and meet another one of his buddies.
But the good news is I didn't see any, so I think they're gone from this location.
Well, and we found one in the arena, and then a whole bunch of them. Okay, so if there's nothing really good to like find and scavenge and take away.
I mean, we kind of already knew they were experimenting, so.
Yeah, it just
if you want to try to look for something of interest, you'd have to stay there and investigate.
I'm not staying in that room in case I'm wrong and there's still some hanging out in there.
Plays alien movie intro.
I could, except it's copyrighted.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe. I mean, unless you want to investigate, I don't want to. So.
Yeah, no, I'm good. We already slayed one creature and stole its egg and are keeping it safe. So yeah, no.
Yeah, that was a pretty big nest too, wasn't it?
Yeah, and most animals I know, like it takes more than one to do a nest, so most animals. So I'm thinking that we get out of here, maybe?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, agreed.
And we walk down the
and I know Tim would want to investigate, but we're going to convince him no. I'm going to drag him away.
Yeah, so you walk down the other path, and there's like a ton of the statues they look exactly like the kobolds that you faced, and it's just like lined with them.
Can I throw a rock? No, do we want to like see if these things are alive? Because I don't want to walk down the gauntlet.
You can throw a rock.
Do they already know where? Did we break stealth?
Well, I was the only one that was stealthed earlier.
Yeah, I didn't. I was just standing around.
And I broke stealth because there was no point. Nobody else was stealthing.
So I'm gonna throw like just a small rock down the hall and see if anything like getter scatters around.
All right. Roll perception then, because I'm not really going to have you roll to throw a rock. You are a big, strong fighter, man.
Yes,
and
and
it's
it
not really
just...
trying to hit a target. He's just rolling it.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like skipping it down the hall.
All right. So 18 for you and Michel Rogue. All right. One moment. I'll be right back.
I'm just waiting for all the eyes of these statues to like start glowing at us and turn their heads.
Look at my spells for the day. Right, good old D&D Beyond. Good spells.
Well, my passive perception is up to 14, so that's good.
That's a good one. Okay, I'm gonna have Entangle and Snare. What's Snare from? Xanathar's Guide. Of course it is. Okay, I have Entangle already prepped.
All right. Sorry about that. I am back.
Okay.
Everyone here?
Yep.
All right. You throw the rock. You watch it go down the hall, and then it hits something, and there's a clang.
Okay.
How far can I see down the hall?
Well, here's the question: are any of you carrying torches?
Yes.
I'm carrying my.
Yes, I have the torch in my hand still.
Yeah, I'm
And
using my
at this-
lantern.
Yeah.
Also, my
You'd
spells
have-
for today are Entangle and Snare.
Yeah. I wonder why. You'd have to get like 10, 20 feet closer. You can make out like a shape. Looks like a small thing on the ground.
By the way, Snare has a casting time of 1 minute, so it is not something I would do in combat.
I'm going to pull out a second torch and light the two of them, one in each hand, and walk down the hall and like touch the torches to the kobold statues as I go down the hallway, just to make sure nothing's those little worm thingies are on them.
All right.
Ooh, eek.
You eventually reach the location where you heard the rock playing, and there is a skeleton of a kobold in armor, very much dead.
Oh.
Like, this looks like to be an old skeleton, not like this happened like 5 minutes ago.
Okay, what's the armor look like?
It appears to be like, you would guess it's probably like iron.
Okay.
Ooh, I like armor. Is that an investigation to check it?
Pretty sure it's smaller
check
than you. It's a kobold.
It is
Yeah.
smaller than you.
I look over.
You can take it.
I look over at my other friends and I was like, it might fit Tim. Might fit you too.
I think it's closer to a halfling size.
Yeah,
Hmm.
you can still take it.
Yeah, can I wrap it up in something? Let's see. Do I have anything to wrap it up in? Just kind of like,
Yeah, and when you get there, that's when you see like there's a bunch of other kind of like dead kobolds.
oh.
There's
It
no
looks like
leather,
it's
it's just skeletons.
yeah.
I'm gonna touch them all, the skeletons, with my torch, and kind of, look around for things.
A fair bit of them have like strange wounds on them. Like there's a couple of them that like the top part of their skull has been like bitten through.
I was gonna say it'd have to be like bone marks if we're gonna notice anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. When apples get grubs in them, and you get the pores out of. Does that remind you of this?
No, this looks like they were crushed from the outside.
Oh, okay.
There's other ones that have like teeth marks on the bones.
Yeah, that's what I was
some of
basing
them
off of.
have,
Some teeth
okay.
marks.
Okay.
Plus, it would be easier just to go out through the eye or the nose than break through the skull.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna like kind of rummage around for armor and whatever
Can I make a roll to
trinkets
see
I
if
can.
this looks like the Hydra's markings that we fought?
Sure.
Would that be nature, survival?
It'd be nature.
I don't know why I said two things I'm not proficient in, but I can't think of anything else it would be. So, 13.
These don't look like Hydra mark.
No, I took a brain. Never mind. What were you saying?
These do not look like Hydra bites.
Okay. They're too small, probably.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have random armor.
Mm-hmm.
Kobold armor.
Feel free to make an investigation check if you go look around.
Yep. I'm gonna see what I can find. Poking it with my torches.
I'll take a stab at it.
As you're moving like back through like these various kobolds, one thing stands out because you're surprised you missed it before. It's like medium sized and it looks like armor, kind of, but like there's a space in it for like a small thing to get in, and like there's like some sort of crystalline or like glass thing that like closes down.
Would that be an Arcana check?
Yes.
Okay, because I instantly know what this thing is, but my character might.
It's a magical, basically, mech, yes.
It's a kobold / halfling size mech.
Yes.
I mean, it's medium sized, but like the creature that gets in it is about the size of a halfling or kobold.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
This one looks fairly damaged. Like there's parts of it, like it's partially made of like the stone that the whole town is made out of, and like several parts of that sort of armor are like eaten through by like it looks like some sort of liquid or heat. Yeah, air quote stone.
Maybe it was growing back too fast to be that though, because Coral's just basically exoskeleton. It grows really slowly.
Organic is my thought.
Yeah, it's organic.
Organic. Yeah.
100% homegrown hydras out here.
Home modified with GM.
Wait a second. I'm getting like a Darth Bane kind of vibe on this now. No, that's way too dangerous. Way too dangerous.
What, like the armor?
Yeah, if we could control the armor growth
I mean,
on a shield or something, maybe that could be cool. But it's also dangerous that we would be carrying around these brain-borne
technically,
parasites.
Darth Bane's armor wasn't going to get any bigger. His apprentice just made him think it was, so that she could kill him. Not that that worked out in the end for her.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was.
Spoilers for a book that's, what,
Mhm.
10 years old? Maybe?
I don't know.
Maybe not quite 10.
Yeah, it's a ways old.
Yeah. But judging from like how they're positioned, it looks like they were holding something back at some point.
Okay, so like last stand in a hallway type of a thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You know, it probably happened a while ago. You don't know how long from just looking at it.
So you said all the magical capsule things, tubes were all broken, and then we got a bunch of kobold that died defending or running away from something, defending themselves.
Does it look like they were facing the way we came in?
Yeah.
Okay. There might be something ahead of us then.
Yeah, great. Okay. Well, okay, I'm gonna make sure the egg is safe and stored, and, it won't get broken, even though it has that weird metallic, like, shimmer thing that changes around on it.
Itako, can you maybe do that sense thing you do?
I do not sense celestial or undead, nor fae, nor fiend near us.
Okay. Worth a shot, especially undead one.
Yeah. I don't know what these, the worm boar eater things are considered, but
I don't believe they're undead.
Nope.
okay. Do we go in charging, or do we try to like get a sneak attack or get away from them, sneak around them?
You don't hear any sounds of things nearby. It's just quiet.
Yeah, it's the foreboding that we've had in this whole city.
Yeah. The scary thing about rock rubs, I think they're natural creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they didn't have to experiment on them to make them do that. Just what they are. Yeah.
So if the big baddies they were experimenting on killed all the other big nasties, the only thing left would be the big baddie and all the parasites like the rock grubs. And no birds or anything to eat them.
I suppose. I don't know about the life cycle of rock grubs other than at the end where they burrow into your heart and kill you. So.
Yeah, there's some nasty, vile things out in the mountains. I don't want to deal with them around here, but it looks like we're going to have to.
Yeah, who knows what kind of creatures they got to experiment on.
Mm-hmm.
I really need to remember next time we're in a forest to get some good tree pitch. Pine pitch is wonderful for lighting fires as well as lighting your enemies on fire.
I still have a flask of oil, my bad.
Oh, good to know.
Oh, I did not reduce that to one, my bad.
So did you do you continue down the pathway?
Yeah.
Yeah, quietly as we can.
Like an hour or two later, you see more of kind of whatever this sort of battle was, and you see like skeletons of like these large, very much odd or deformed creatures with like still like spears or stuff stabbed into them, various traps that have long since been triggered.
Oh, by the way, Taco, can you cure me of my disease, please?
He will try once more.
Yeah, just try. And last time he had to make some sort of roll for it, I guess.
He is actually able to cure you now.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yay!
I just remembered I had a disadvantage disease that gave me 3 dice to take the lowest of.
Ooh. Ooh. Owie.
Ah, I feel much better now, thank you.
Okay, another battle. Gleaming metal, some rusted.
Seems this was a while ago, just like the bones.
I hope the whatever it was that took these things out is long since gone as well. Bored and has nothing to fight, so it moves on, maybe. But
did we have to duck through doorways, Michael?
Sometimes, other times they were like broken through, like something big came through them.
Okay.
The last few doorways you've actually had to duck, essentially.
Like they were made for small creatures instead of medium?
So they were cornered maybe from both directions. So I'm gonna I'm gonna investigate this new group of bones and see if there's anything useful.
I'm gonna investigate the doorways to see if maybe I think kobolds lived here. Ah, nope, giants totally lived here, guys.
The only really useful things, like in this case, it looks like the battle was a lot fiercer, so a lot of like the armors and stuff are like clawed open or like piecemeal. But several of the kobolds have like little bags just on them.
Ooh, supplies. Oh, so I'll have I'll have Tim look, and yeah, it's like, is this anything like cool and magical, or?
It's none of these things are magical, but there's like a spyglass in one of them.
Ooh.
By the way, I assume with my 5, I just had no evidence as to what kind of creature was living here by examining the door.
You know something small would probably live here. It's kind of really obvious.
Well, yeah, I was trying to find clues if it was the kobolds or not, and let's just say I can't find any evidence either way.
Spyglass.
Spyglass? Oh yeah, those are great, aren't they? I pull mine out. Wait, do I have one on this character? No, it was my last character.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind. I knew I should grab one of those from the ship. But now we have one, so...
A few more hours pass. You actually have to make a slight detour because it looks like at some point someone collapsed like half the hall.
Good tactic. As long as you know the way around.
And there's like a really large, like, bone, basically, at this point, hand of something.
Oh, by the way, can I look for hand crossbow bolts?
Yeah.
Certainly.
Smart.
And
you find 3.
All right, well, that's better than 1.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah, but like this creature that was like had basically half a tunnel collapsed on it. Because at this point, like, it's opened up into a large kind of like grand, like, Mines of Moria-esque tunnel. Well, hallway, basically. With large ceilings, with a bunch of iconography and everything. Most likely they made it not necessarily for any practical use, but just to be showy. Yeah, and it looks like a large chunk of that was just collapsed on this, you would guess, huge-sized creature, roughly either the same size or a bit bigger than the Hydra you faced.
I'm going to use my spyglass and see if there's, hopefully we don't see piles of gold. Well, kind of, or we don't see a
Oh.
creature sitting on piles of gold. It's my fear, but yeah, I'm just gonna scan the room with my spyglass. So, it's investigate.
All right.
How does this thing work?
Yeah, you don't really notice anything.
Can you make this thing work?
I can take a look, I suppose.
Doc
I
will
want
let
it
you
back.
do.
I want
Is that
it back.
investigation or perception?
Investigation.
Okay. And I'll take
Since you're like spending time to look around.
Right.
And,
Ooh.
yeah, you're like scanning around because it is kind of like pseudo Mines of Moria where like you're on a bridge basically at this point,
Oh no.
and there's like lower levels of it.
Roll a Scooby snack into mouth.
And you like look around and you're like, oh, there isn't anything, and then you like look off the side of this bridge. And like the very bottom thing is just like there's a bunch of glittering.
Yellowish glittering?
Not really yellowish. You would guess probably like either very like cheap coinage or possibly some sort of like gemstone of some sort.
So you know how you were joking about the gold?
Yeah.
There's some. It might be coins, might be gems down there.
Um.
Hard to tell for sure from this distance, even with the spyglass.
Yeah, because it's like you barely caught the glint of like something shining on there. But this is like a large lower level, and you didn't see kind of an end to like the glittering of things.
So that's good and bad, right?
I'd light my candle and I drop it.
Ooh.
All right.
Trying to get a better look at what I saw.
I assume you can kind of like follow the light emitted from your candle with your spyglass.
Yeah.
As you watch it go down and down and down, several hundred feet down.
I was gonna say I must have been counting.
It like lands perfectly on some of the coinage, and the coinage starts like moving because it isn't fully evenly spread out. And you see the coinage and the candle just start moving down this large pile. And then it hits something, and like just on the edge of your spyglass, you see a giant like claw.
Oh no.
And as you turn it a bit more, it's connected to a skeleton.
Oh.
Okay.
It's a skeleton, maybe a dragon, but there's a big horde down there.
I'm sneaking backwards, just slowly, and realizing that big hand, I need to find a way to put it in my backpack.
Okay.
Or the claws, at least, at the very minimum.
Yeah, I'd definitely hand you the spyglass and point it out.
Yeah. Okay. First, it's dead, right? Right?
I mean, it's
Seems
a
to be.
skeleton and it didn't react to a candle bumping into it.
Okay. One moment. I need to go get some dragon claws.
How are you getting down there?
No. From the back in the hallway that we saw.
It looked like a hand was the thing crushed underneath part of the part.
Oh, it was just a hand. Okay. I was thinking big doorway crushed down on something. Okay.
By the way, that was a fresh candle. It's going to burn for an hour.
Okay. So I'll go in and look down there and just confirm that what he can see. Maybe not as good, but okay. So dead thing down a couple 100 feet. Okay, I will do an investigation. Specifically, I want to see for paths paths down and up.
All right. You notice at the like edge of your vision, there's actually a stairway that goes down.
Okay.
There is no railing.
So
I get a glint to my eye as I realize that there's a way to get to the monies.
Yes. Okay, so we have a big old hoard of monies and a dragon skeleton, which would be amazing. Would do dragon scales?
I am already
They
on the
should
stairs.
stay.
Do I need to roll anything?
Not immediately, no.
I'm making my way down the stairs.
I'm like Pete's dragoning this, you know? A dragon's tail is good for the throat, and a dragon's ear is, grinded in powder and...
Money, money, money by the pound.
Yes.
Exactly.
Taco, want to stand guard? Because I'll bring up a whole like level of loot, and
you do know this is an odd thing, though. Typically, and partially the reason why dragons and dwarves dislike each other is because when a dragon dies, it basically becomes a material associated with its color.
Okay.
So, if you had a red dragon that died, it would become solid ruby.
Okay. Hold on. And this dragon didn't come color? Spy gas again.
Yeah, you see bone.
Okay. We see... Okay, so this isn't like a normal dragon.
I'm still going down the stairs.
Yeah. Yeah, it's... Because, that's actually the reason where the term, a dragon's hoard became from, because a dragon was a hoard of a material.
Itself. Okay. I'm gonna look for traps, because...
It's partially why, they have the whole dwarf hatred thing, because the dwarves it's kind of like someone mining your dead relative.
Right. Okay, digging, yeah.
Because the dwarves just oh, here's a giant statue of a gemstone.
Right. Got it. That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, and while you're checking for a trap, could I have the rogue make me a dexterity saving throw?
Yeah, because I am not looking for any traps. So dexterity saving throw.
So, hey, you're safe. I don't see anything. We're good.
As you all hear just a click, and literally the stairs. You don't fail, but the trap triggers. You succeed in not falling victim to the trap.
I was gonna say, because if I was taking half damage, I would take none because it's a dex save.
Well, here's what this trap does. Before you mentioned that, as basically you're 20 or 30 feet down the stairway, as basically the stairs underneath you just suck into the wall.
Oh damn!
And you grab the stairs.
Yeah. Wait, the stairs do what now?
They literally go into the wall.
Yeah, sideways.
Hey,
not all of them.
Taco, do you still have that crossbow?
No. Okay.
No, like the
can
crossbow.
You click it back?
No, it was on the step.
Buddy?
Does Taco have that crossbow?
Have what spell?
Crossbow.
Detect trap.
The weapon, the crossbow that does the ladder.
I can check.
I think he had it.
I do not see detect trap.
Oh, okay. No, I was asking about the crossbow that does the stair step thing.
Oh, you mean the actual item? I don't believe anyone's attuned to that.
Oh, it requires attunement?
Let me check. I might be wrong in that.
Because we were under the impression we could just use it. I believe.
Oh, it does not. I did not state a requirement attunement, so it does not.
Okay. I mean, I would prefer to go down, but it would be very hard to get back up at that point. So it's up to him which direction he makes crossbows for me to climb. Or bolts, I guess.
And if it goes down a couple 100 feet, I mean, it's going to be a bit to try to get down there.
Yeah, he may.
I was a decent way down too by the time that happened, I'm sure.
You were 30 feet down when that happened.
Oh, only 30 feet? So he'd probably just bring me back up rather than sending me down.
Yep.
Is that a dex check? Or athletics or acrobatics or something?
You can climb it safely. The only time a DC occurs with this is if you're in
combat. Okay. Then,
and because of its magic, in combat the DC is actually reduced for you because it's a helpful crossbow.
I sadly climb back up and start looking for a button to reset the stairs.
I swear I didn't see anything.
Yeah, it isn't like all the stairs below that point disappeared, just a chunk of them.
Right, but I'm trying to reset that chunk and then skip where I know that and then start looking for traps on the way down because I was too eager to get to the coins.
As you check, you don't see a trigger on the stairwell.
Oh.
Make me a perception check. Out of the corner of your eye, you just barely catch it. You see the same kind of kobold reptilian eyes you saw in the shadows a night ago. Shut, basically kind of move a stone back in place so it can no longer see you and you can no longer see it. Across, a bit away from you.
So I didn't trigger something. Someone else triggered something.
Yes.
I said that out loud.
And we're being watched again.
Yeah, they're in the walls. I hate you, Michael. Watch out for spears. Maybe get off the bridge as quickly as possible.
Run, you fools. Okay. Torch in one hand. Well, no, I can't get my greatsword out without dropping my torch.
You could try climbing down.
Fly, you
200
fools.
feet.
We don't have our wings yet.
My Pegasus. Did my Pegasus come in here with us?
Yeah, your Pegasus is with you.
Oh, you could totally fly down and get coins.
I could fly down and get coins, but the issue is I don't want to endanger either one of us in a flying battle. With knowing that spears could be flying at us, especially if these things think that we're gonna come and loot their, dead dragon mama.
The white dragons turn into just bone.
White dragons typically turn into marble, depending.
But if it's anything like the rest of the town that we've seen, these stupid brain bugs are eating everything.
Well, I was just thinking the kobolds aren't normal kobolds.
No.
And if this was their dragon sire, then the dragon sire isn't a normal dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And basically, dragons are basically another race of people. So that means that this ancient thing of druids experimented on someone. If that was the case.
Well, I mean, there's a chance they did experiment on the dragon, but yeah.
Hopefully not. Yeah.
I mean, if they were brave enough to do so, all the better to them, I guess.
Yeah, if they're brave enough to do so, don't mention it to any dragon.
No.
No. I feel like these quote-unquote druids were not very druidic.
They were all about nature achieving its most perfect form.
Yeah, but they were meddling with it.
Yes. Using the powers nature gave them.
I don't know, that seems kind of counter to what I was taught by the gods.
Yeah, you're thinking on you're these guys kind of went a bit off the rails.
Just a lot.
Just a lot.
Well, I guess they don't want me going down there and taking coins. So...
They don't want us to, but okay. But I don't want to get into if they're watching us and are going to ambush us like they did last time. I don't want to get caught off guard. But we don't know how many of these stupid things
Why are we going to
still
the tree
watching.
again?
Didn't Taco get something to use at the tree or something?
You came to this area originally. That's because we're most likely the thing you're hunting was,
Right.
And then this tree wasn't naturally grown.
Yeah, but I felt like there was some reason we felt like we should come here, and it's starting to feel like we should not come here.
Didn't one of the gods say something?
They said that the
Cut out.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
They said the druids ran to the sky.
What the heck did they make below that they had to run to the sky?
It's fine. Don't worry. You just missed the part of it written in Druidic. It says Chernobyl, Plant 4.
I think my character would have noticed that.
Would take an Instagram picture, right?
Oh, ooh.
Side note, I can't believe people are actually doing that or whatnot.
I mean, the radiation's down a little bit, but I wouldn't be going to the plant.
Yeah. Anyway. You do know that you are almost basically to the tree.
Yeah, I just feel like... I mean, I didn't write it down, but I feel like there was a reason we were going to the tree.
Yeah, it was a big, important thing to go over there. But that's...
So do you want to continue?
I mean,
I would say...
not if we don't have a reason at this point.
If these kobolds are still following us, I would rather get in a defensible position, not in the middle of a bridge. So, yeah, at least we find a safer spot to be. And we're almost out of this area, correct?
Yeah.
Yes. Instead of going all the way back through the city, we almost popped out.
Yeah, but
I know Taco was really excited to see the tree.
I don't think I told you guys, but one of the arrows, when I was trying to see if I could use it as bolts, they said Defenders of the Tree or something like that.
Guardians of the Tree.
Yeah, Guardians of the Tree. So the closer we get to the tree, the more likely to be attacked we are, probably.
And the big, weird bone, just not normal dragon skeleton is down on the bottom of his horde pit of something.
Mm-hmm.
And the kobolds are not trying to kill us yet.
I mean, if I had not grabbed on quickly, I would be dead.
Well, yeah, you were running after.
There was no warning.
Stuff.
There was just a sudden stop and a sudden drop.
Yeah, bloop. Okay, we saw the little mech thingy, and can we get that little thingy to work?
I doubt it.
You could probably bring it back to someone.
I mean, unless you're an artificer.
You'd move a lot slower.
Okay.
Someone could possibly reverse engineer it.
But we can't get it to work now and to walk it through over there that direction.
Nobody's small enough.
I don't like those worm thingies. Okay, so the tree people are actively being defended. Wasn't Taco given something about using at the tree? A wing or a feather or something weird?
Not as far as I can recall.
Don't remember. There was a reason we were going this way, and it wasn't just because I thought it would be cool.
No, the spirit or somebody talked to him. I don't remember what she was saying, but she said something.
Yeah, he had a dream, didn't he?
Yeah, he had a dream, and basically he was told to use the last of the one instrument to if someone else was like her.
Well, that's not
the
not the part I was
instrument.
talking about. I was talking about the part that we wouldn't know about, that he probably wouldn't tell us about, pertaining to the card.
Oh
yeah.
If that
it
had
wasn't
anything
the
to do
card
with going
stuff.
to Richmond.
No.
Okay.
No. Yeah, she said something about so there was an instrument to. Okay.
Basically, use it to woo someone is what. Somewhere between bringing someone out of their shell and wooing them. What he's supposed to do with it.
Or keeping them from killing us.
Well, I mean, the instrument's something that. I kind of feel like turning around at this point, personally.
Oh, being that you almost died.
Well, that, and they're in the walls.
Yes.
Right as you say, they're in the walls.
Oh noes. What did I trigger?
From the ceiling, several more of those mechs fall from the ceiling essentially and land.
Is it a 3-point landing?
Yeah, 3-point landing.
It's really bad on the knees, that superhero landing there.
Yeah. There's 6 of them, and there's 6 kobolds that are posed on top of each one of them. There is a green kobold, a red kobold, a yellow kobold, a pink kobold, a blue kobold, and a black kobold. They make some sort of pose, and the mechs combine.
Oh no. I mean, I can't say I didn't see this coming, but oh no.
And they say in fluent Druidic, die intruders.
I mean, I respond in Druidic, we were just talking about maybe leaving.
The mech pauses.
Do you not speak Common?
You speak Druidic? You speak the Ancient's tongue? You speak Druidic?
I really want to be sarcastic right now. Yes, I speak Druidic.
There's kind of the awkward pause where you're not quite sure. You hear one of them whispering whispering something in Druidic into something.
And I can't quite make it out because it's too quiet.
Yeah. Would you mind staying here then for a second?
I mean, we were kind of grasping indecision, so sure. They said to wait.
Yeah, the mech just kind of looks around awkwardly. This is the whole office party where you're sitting at the water cooler.
And some dude just activates a superpower and then just oops.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then out of the floor nearby, you see the tile move, and then a kobold kind of climb out, dressed with various ornaments on this kobold with a staff. So you speak the creator's tongue.
I speak Druidic.
The kobold nods. Well, this is kind of awkward. Guess you're technically allowed at this point.
Okay. I mean,
I kind of nudge him.
I
don't want to say anything.
I'm translating it for sure. I'm not.
Okay, I don't want to. I don't want to speak a non-Druidic thing, because you guys are jabbering stuff.
Well, so, I did ask them if they spoke Common, and I'm pretty sure they did.
Okay, yeah.
Because they would have heard us conversing about maybe heading back.
Yeah, they just knew you were speaking another tongue and were intruders.
Right. Can you tell them that we know the Lady of Spring? Is that her name?
She's the Lady of Fall and Winter.
Yes.
Yeah, we spoke to Lucian and
Where is it?
Resha? Roha? My handwriting is terrible. Rayoha?
Okay, now I can hear you.
Sorry, Rayoha? Maybe? And Lucian?
Because you were going robot there for a second, Josh.
Yeah, I noticed my connection was bad after it, but I was trying to pronounce the name. My handwriting's terrible. Is it Rayoha?
And now we don't hear him at all.
Not this again.
There we go. We hear you.
Hey, the commander's dead. Sorry. Rayoha? Oh boy, I'm going back and forth.
They recognize the name of Lucian.
What is it? Rayoha? Is it? Every time I say Rayoha.
What is it? Technically, one person took the keen mind feed.
No, well, I mean, I have it written down in my notes. I just don't know if I'm reading it wrong or not.
Okay, that's a different one.
Trying to reconnect to voice.
Yes.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
Maybe that'll help. I don't know. I just disconnected and reconnected.
Hopefully. Yeah, we're supposed to defend against outsiders, but you speak the tongue, so you're not an outsider then.
What outsiders have been through recently, or when was the last outsiders that came by?
It's been a while. Probably, you see the kobold like counting. 100 or so years. Typically, we deal with creatures.
Like the one way down there, pointing at the dragon skeleton.
The kobold nods.
That doesn't look like a normal dragon. Do you know what was up with that thing?
Mad thing.
Like just about every other creature we've met.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, question: these look like regular colored kobolds, right?
They look like the same color as the stone.
Oh, okay. So
Upon
the
closer
other ones
expensive,
were wearing some scarf or something to make their colors then, right?
Yeah, on closer expensive, you see that they have added color to themselves, like paint or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, were you guys modified too? I mean, not you specifically, but like members of your.
I mean, all we do is this.
This, as in protecting the tree?
Yeah. The creators made us for labor. They had to leave, and so we were left to defend.
Ah.
Interesting.
Well, we're not here to destroy. We were defending ourselves from monsters just recently.
Oh, and rot grubs.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Well, at least we didn't all die in our sleep.
Yeah, this would have made this conversation really awkward.
Also impossible.
I mean, what is dead does not necessarily stay dead.
I mean,
magical wavy fingers.
Like you guys do magic, or the creator's magic?
The creator's magic.
You have access to their magic.
A little bit.
That's cool.
Would this be like reincarnation, or would it be like actual
Well, I have yet to, in my years of leading, see another kobold that has pulled off either reincarnation or resurrection.
Okay. They must level really slowly.
Yeah, they also
Meta
don't
note.
get like many things wandering in. Like the first wave of kobolds got a lot of XP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And promptly died.
Yeah, probably died.
So, if the dragon down there was a bad thing and it's really dead, I don't do magic stuff, but would you mind if I go down there and get some scales and such?
I didn't see any scales, did you?
Or just, kind of, see what I can find off of it?
Yeah, the kobold like nods and like does a series of taps like on the tile it came out of. You hear a bunch of echoing replies. The stairs.
Sweet. And you're not going to like suck them in again, right? Yeah. No. Wonderful. And by the way, what's all the glittery, glowy stuff down there?
Oh. Rocks.
Just boring rocks you don't care about?
Yeah.
Or rocks that are bad rocks?
None of the rocks are bad. Might be something near the dragon, but rocks.
I get the feeling they don't use coins.
What's
Okay,
a coin?
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Okay, not a problem. Okay,
Yeah.
So I'm gonna kind of see if I can fill my backpack, and it's gonna take a few steps to get down there.
Yeah,
a few 100 feet, maybe, of steps?
Yeah.
A few steps. Some big. I can take 2 at a time.
Yeah. It takes you a bit to get down there, but you successfully make it down there. It's just a prank for you.
No, you get down there and one of them like pulls in the bottom set of stairs and then puts them back out or something.
Yeah, thanks guys.
But you notice a lot of the horde appears to literally just be shiny rocks.
Cool. Shiny rocks. Just kind of boring. I can't identify or not worth shiny rocks.
They're not really worth anything.
Okay. But dragon claws, maybe. I mean, it's kind of cool.
You approach the dragon skeleton,
yes,
which is an odd thing for you. And you notice like several parts in the thing. This doesn't look like what killed it. What looks like killed it are various like you see like spears that were like left in the skeleton, as well as some like scrape wounds on like various ribs and stuff of like a bunch of spears.
Yeah,
like an insane amount of spears.
Like porcupine quills. Got it. Yeah.
Okay. No, that looks like a sane amount to me.
You would estimate that this was probably like a really old dragon, probably leaning into ancient.
Ooh, okay.
In terms of size. One thing that stands out is you see like very small holes every so often, like going into the bone. Like they're circular. And it isn't like a spear went through them, but like something punctured into the bone.
That's
okay, torches, out in front of me again. So obviously, and your candle's down here too, but
I recover the candle.
You recover the candle.
Let me just put that back in my inventory.
All right. Feel free, if you want to, you can make an investigation check.
Yes. And I will see what I find.
Like right next to the dragon. You see what looks like a pedestal.
Okay. I don't poke it with my torch, but I kind of like pedestal, like.
And you see like at like next to it, Like, it's in very large letters. You would assume caused by very large claws. But something is written in Druidic.
What's his
Zresht, you want to come look at this?
Having to like walk across the sentence, it says, "Daddy speaks to me."
That's not creepy at all. It says, "Daddy speaks to me."
Okay. That's like big dragon clawed in words, right? That's what we're seeing. Dragon Daddy speaks to you? Or Daddy, what's bigger than a dragon? Or
not really much.
Or nastier than this like giant dragon?
How close do you get to that pedestal?
I ain't touching that thing.
I don't know. I thought dragons were the biggest things. I feel like anything bigger than a dragon would be a higher than a 14 on a nature check.
Yeah.
I'm just like, it's all cool, but I like shiny weapons and armor and such, so, and I can't read it. I'm gonna walk a little closer to this skeleton and kind of circle around it. I'm like, can Tim detect magic, or he's a magic doer?
He detects magic from the pedestal.
How big is this pedestal?
Tim, be careful.
It's like 5 feet-ish tall with like a thing on like a smooth platform on the top of it that's about 5 feet each side.
I lob a stone up there and see what happens.
Bloop.
An image of what appears to be a dwarf is there, and speaking in Druidic. There's things like in the background of the image. To basically describe this, it's a hologram.
All right, I've activated your holocron. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this dwarf talks about he's going to up his competitor in the basically with his project to help further the Grand Ascension. And behind him, basically, you see just what looks like a recently hatched dragonling strapped onto some sort of thing with a bunch of devices that basically, so that everyone can understand, have needles with some sort of liquid in them.
Uh-huh.
Alright, he was using Captain America's super soldier serum to try to make a better dragon.
Yeah.
Okay.
And basically, unless you turn it off, your characters get to witness him doing these experiments, and monitoring the growth. And this seems to be basically on repeat.
Okay, yeah.
I get the stone back down and to shut it off.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that wasn't creepy at all.
Okay, so he was breeding and torturing animals and creatures.
No, just the one. He wasn't breeding.
This guy was.
He was actively making changes in a live one.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, we saw all the other things in that lab thing, or you saw that lab thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like different people were doing things different ways.
And he said Well, you told me you said competitor. So
yeah.
So this is some sort of game.
Competition for who puts forth the best plan for the Grand Ascension.
Grand Ascension. Well, okay. So I'm gonna see if I can, if any of the
Taco detects a lot of evil.
Where Taco? What are you detecting? Where?
Just like the remnants of this guy touching the pedestal has left traces of evil.
The pedestal itself is radiating evil.
Pedestal.
The signature of its creator.
So I'm gonna just try to get some dragon bone and like dragon claws, or if there's any scales left.
I mean, I don't think they'll do what anyone thinks they'll do, judging by the amount of that stuff he was injecting into that dragon.
Yeah.
Might make a cool weapon, though.
Make me a perception check.
Perception. It looks good.
Consider like Taco aiding you.
Okay, one more.
You find in the midst of this giant skeleton, as you are cutting off pieces of it, a very pale and marble-like looking egg.
Ooh. This looks pretty.
I tap it lightly.
It feels slightly warm.
Oh crap. I like compare it to the other egg that we got.
It's different.
It's okay, they're different eggs. Okay. Is this what I think it is? I just kind of point at it and hold it in my hand and just like,
it's an egg.
Ooh, I like it. I wants to lick the egg.
It's an egg. We found it by a dragon.
I'm gonna lick the egg.
Is your palm silver?
You lick the egg.
Oh no.
Nothing really happened.
It doesn't taste that great.
Yeah.
Hey guys, do you know how to train a dragon?
I think there's a series of tomes about it.
Yes.
Do we want to train a dragon, or dragons are sentient? Would dragons want to live around people, or are they always evil?
Dragons can be either or. Typically, chromatics tend towards evil, mainly because they were born from like Adrastia, who is, I am vengeance, how dare you kill me? Literally too angry to die.
Been missing for a while, though.
Well, technically not too angry to die, but so angry that killing her delays her for a bit, but she's going to come back. Whereas...
Or angry than before.
Yeah. Whereas typically the metallic dragons like gold and silver and iron were born from Kur and his blood, like being spilt, and tend towards good. But you can still have like red dragons that are good, blue dragons that are good.
They're just super rare.
Do they stay isolated, or I look at my paladin friend? I'm like, do you have any advice either on my shoulder? Like,
typically dragons don't really roam about too much. They don't really interact with a lot of the more races. Typically, the race that they interact most are with Dragonborn. And typically, there's a lot of like posturing and picking at one another, typically chromatic and metallic. Mainly because the metallics want to prevent another draconic crusade. The chromatics want to do another draconic crusade.
As far as I know, are dragons asexual?
No, there's like male and female dragons.
What the heck?
Yeah.
So there may have been a mate?
There may have been a mate, or it could have been
drastically modified.
Yeah.
It could go either way, judging by that recording.
And we have created the world's strongest Dragonmon.
Quick, everybody touch the stone. If everybody gets a silver palm...
Yeah. But basically that's typically because dragons are raised by other dragons, so...
But we don't know other dragons around. Are we going to piss it off if we take the egg out?
I
kind of look around.
Most of basically, like, the good aligned dragons would view this as you, like, removing a child from, like, having, like, no parents near it.
Uh-huh.
nope, like their parents died, like getting the child out of there. Various chromatics might be mad at you, but that's because Adrastia has their claws in them, which is murder everything but the Dragonborn.
Right.
So anything you do would probably make them angry.
Well,
so it doesn't. So if just looking at a dragon egg is going to piss them off, we're in trouble as it is.
You existing makes them angry.
Okay, so, okay, so this looks abandoned. We have the big bat, the big skeleton of the dead dragon who is horribly abused. As I think this would be saving a life.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was thinking. And I look at my team and just kind of with like
Taco agrees
Goliath with my Goliath oogly eyes, like please can I keep it?
Sure.
And I see an Alex, I think.
Did a wild Alex appear?
Not in the session, but I see him on Discord, I think.
Yeah, he's logged in.
I know what he's going to say exactly. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Taco says that.
What? Yeah. That's a Dragonborn. I feel like I'm most qualified to say yes to this question.
We have, we're at least going to foster parent, a dragon for a little bit. I doubt we can take it.
We're going to need pounds and pounds and pounds of fresh meat daily.
Okay.
Once it hatches.
You'll be like feeding 2 Goliaths now.
More like 4 or 5.
We can do this. We can do this.
Yeah. But that's all you really find down there. You assume the reason probably why it was collecting the rocks is that it wasn't in a good state of mind because of what happened to it.
It's probably given rocks.
Yeah. The kobold knew they were just rocks down there.
Yeah. Well, do you want to show the... I assume the kobolds are watching. Never mind.
Yeah, they're always watching. It's like...
Yeah, they're like watching to make sure, like... Because obviously you're not like intruders. You speak the tongue, so... You're technically like visitors and or guests. Uh-huh. So their watching is less of like, what are you doing? And more of like, okay, there isn't going to be like something falling on them, right? Yeah. Like they see you take the egg, but there isn't a visible reaction to them.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Is if they're gonna
there isn't like a no, stop.
Well, they said that they took care the monster, and this was a monster creature, so it wasn't a good god type.
I asked the wall, mad. Is it okay if we take the egg?
There was an egg?
I point at the egg that...
It's like I hold up the egg and I lick it again.
Stop licking it!
I like the egg.
The kobold like leader just like shrugs. Probably.
Okay.
I don't think madness is carried to child.
Well, then you never met. Never mind.
So, I look up at the giant tree, and it's like, what's in the castle?
The craters left to the sky. We do not know when they're returning, but we'll make sure the passage back. If you want to investigate, the bridges are clear. You see, like there's 2 bridges basically over this like lake that lead to the area surrounding the roots of this tree. And now you actually see like kobolds milling about because like the alarm was like, oh yeah, everything's fine.
Hi.
Alright guys, we're gonna take it down from which direction does DEFCON go?
Yeah.
Anyways, we're at the lowest level.
Yeah, like the super mech is disassembled into the smaller mechs.
I can pick a couple of them up and just carry them around with me,
Well, they're still like medium-sized things.
Well,
they are some medium-sized. Yeah. The kobold, kind of befriend them.
You put a kobold on your other shoulder.
Yeah. Hi.
Onward.
Want a higher view? Look around. How's the air up here?
Yeah, a lot of the younger kobolds are immediately excited. It feels odd because you see like kobolds of varying ages, which normally doesn't happen because of how they exist. Normally they just kind of like spawn from a dragon existing nearby, but these actually have like children and such. There's like older kobolds as well.
Yeah, they've been modified though, so whatever.
Hmm?
What about PC kobolds then?
Basically, typically, like a PC kobold would be either A, now, could be a kobold from here, or B, it was a kobold sent on a quest by their dragon.
Or C, rebelled.
Or C, rebelled. And basically the dragon didn't notice.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. I put down my pack and I rummaged through it and I pulled out the kobold armor we found, and hand it to one of the kobold we previously talked about. We found this armor. Is this something important to you guys?
Oh, we'll put that in the museum.
Is it any good? I mean, I didn't know what it was made out of.
It's good as regular other metal armor.
Just metal, yeah. It would kind of fit like one leg is all it would fit. So
Yeah, I guess you're almost a large-sized medium creature.
yeah, no.
Yeah. He is medium in the fact that he technically isn't large.
Yeah.
But yeah. You can now safely progress to the tree.
Yay! I'm gonna get my spyglass and like look all the way up it and see what I see, just because I can. And then I'm gonna go look at and talk to my Pegasus. You guys have fun looking at the tree, man. I think the Pegasus needs to stretch his wings.
All right.
Not there.
You do
You
see,
have to
like,
wait.
you could swear that you saw something flying near the tree, like various things flying near the tree.
You guys see that?
Hey guys. Here, I'm gonna hand the spyglass over, and please tell me I wasn't seeing crazy things, like something flying. You guys need to look.
Perception or investigation?
Either or.
Perception
Hello,
it
hello.
is.
Hey, Choco.
Oh, I think his headset is not. Oh, maybe. Do we have a wild Alex?
I have appeared.
Dun, dun.
Choco, guess what?
Are we dead?
Guess what?
What?
We found a giant cavern that was full of just like boring, like shiny rocks.
Okay,
But-
you picked up the shiny rocks, right?
No, well, I picked up a little bit bigger one,
Perfect.
and I hold it up, and I lick the dragon egg, and I show you.
Stop licking the egg.
Take like victory.
Kind of porcelainy, kind of like not chalky, like it's warm though.
Oh,
Yeah, like this egg
Okay.
at some point will hatch into a dragon.
Yeah.
is this what we were looking for? We're looking for
No.
an egg of something.
Well, you already got the egg of the Hydra, which is what you came here for, but then you guys went towards the tree. The kobolds were harassing you until they realized that one of your party members also spoke Druidic.
And I name dropped a god or two.
Nice. Smart.
And as for your perception check, you notice flying around the tree, it appears to be like griffins.
Mhm.
The one thing about them is they are like almost a see-through color, like golden brown, and then it takes you a second to realize they're like made of amber.
Ooh.
Amber griffins.
Well,
Not like the color, like made of tree sap amber.
Yes.
That's cool.
Pass the spyglass over.
Yeah, you also missed the kobolds who had the mech.
Well,
Yeah, you had the blue kobold, the red kobold, the yellow kobold, the pink. Yeah, yes, it is exactly what you think it's referencing.
yes.
Oh. See, I was thinking Voltron, but all right.
Oh,
Well, that's not
they
the
did.
tune I hummed.
That's true.
Yeah.
I heard that, though, as
You fought the mighty kobold rangers, technically.
nice. And we won?
Well, we
Well-
avoided the fight technically.
Avoided the fight, technically.
Diplomacy.
Because they're
Yeah.
like, you can't advance any further in Druidic. I'm like, we were literally just talking in common about maybe turning it around. Do you not speak common? And the answer was no, they don't.
Yeah, what is this common you speak of? They know the creator's tongue.
All right. Well, cool.
But yeah, after pointing out, you guys all see like the amber like griffins flying around.
I look at my Pegasus and I'm like, do you know if those are good or bad things? You know, like, nod your head.
The Pegasus kind of like shrugs, lifts up a hoof, and does like the so-so motion.
Eh? Okay.
Which is a little hard to
So-
make out.
Yeah.
So definitely not a like runaway look. So
Well, I mean, somebody had to make them. They're made of amber, so they're not regular
Yeah.
griffins.
no.
Could
But
be
they
magical
but
side
the
effect.
kobolds said the betrayers went up in the sky.
The creators.
Oh, the creators did. I misheard that. The creators, and there was a creepy statue or creepy pedestal with a hologram on it that they were experimenting and modifying, like genetically modifying creatures for the
Okay,
great
when you say
ascension.
hologram, are we talking like actual sci-fi hologram?
Magic based.
hologram.
Magic. yeah.
Okay. Okay. Programmed image of some kind. Gotcha.
No, my,
Yeah.
my
Versus
comment was
technology.
I've activated the holocron.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ah. Perfect. Okay, so. Okay, come on. So, all right. We were going to the tree for a secondary purpose. I can't remember what that one was.
Join the group.
Didn't you talk to the lady of the fall and she told you something or gave you something? I didn't get to hear what she said, but she gave you something, right?
Oh yeah, what they gave me was a one-time help someone find the way out of the darkness. And like honestly, the first thing my mind went to was Sorthandrel, perhaps. But then I'm like, well, wait, he's got a god on his side, so maybe.
Okay, so something out of
Maybe
a
we
way out
need
of
to
the
wait for
dark.
gods who ascended up.
I think we were coming over here because we were just curious about the tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
It's
makes
just
sense.
a big giant tree. So my Pegasus and I will like stay away from the griffins, but kind of like do a circle around the tree mid level.
Yeah, like
This kind
some of the griffins like fly towards you, but isn't like rapid speed. It's more like, what you doing? Okay, you're not doing anything. Just kind of gentle drifting.
Okay.
I'm gonna attempt to do a ritual where I just kind of. I know I'm not a druid, but I'm going to try to sit down and kind of like ritually sense if there's any, some other power besides a giant tree that might be in this area.
I sense the power of nature around me.
Yeah, there's a lot of like natural divine magic next to this tree.
Oh,
So I feel the
Yeah.
natural, you feel the divine, and then we talk about it.
Yeah.
It's not a normal tree. Let's just
You notice
Absolutely
that there are like mounds placed several hundred feet apart in a circle, kind of, from what you can tell from like your half. Probably they go around the tree.
I mean,
where else
the
from?
tree literally, like, you look to the horizon when you look to the edge of the tree. So maybe let's not try going around the tree.
And you see, like, there are grave markers on each of these mounds.
Oh, can I read any of them? Or is there anything written on them?
There is stuff written on them, various names, all in Druidic.
I was gonna say I have to translate for you.
That's fair.
They're just names.
Oh. And the creepy pedestal taco that had the magic hologram. We told you there was a skeleton of a dragon. There's bone skeleton, like modified one, like nothing really big.
Okay.
But the dragon had scratched into it with its claws and said something in Druidic.
Yeah, that's like their basically Druidic is equivalent to the common tongue in the city.
Right, but the dragon scratched something like he sees the father or something really weird.
Daddy speaks to me.
Yeah, Daddy speaks to me, which just means that he could activate the pedestal and see the person who modified him.
Ah, that makes sense now. So
that's
he's
the conclusion
watching.
I'm coming to.
That's a good conclusion.
Wait,
that the dragon would just watch him over and over.
It's calling the hologram Daddy.
Yeah, because it's a hologram of his creator, so that's my assumption.
That's a good one. That makes sense.
Okay, it's not as creepy as I was afraid of,
I don't know, it's still pretty creepy.
It could be.
Well, think about it. That thing was there for however long and basically just by itself continually rewatching that.
And collecting stones.
And again and again.
Yep.
It was a little loony.
Yeah, the kobolds called it a mad creature.
The dragon?
Yeah. The dragon,
yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh. And I did get a little bit of just...
You see, like, some of the various tree branches actually from your High Thunder Pegasus can actually reach into the clouds.
So no climbing this tree.
I mean, you could.
Yeah, but one slip and you're done for.
Spirit in the sky.
So, yeah.
Yeah, you actually see your ranger friend who has not made an appearance for many a time. Like, one of the griffins has landed and he's talking to it.
Wait, which ranger friend?
Because I'm fairly certain he had speak with beasts.
Who?
Ed's character.
I don't know.
The blue dragonborn?
Yeah, the blue dragonborn.
The blue dragonborn.
I mean, it was a do rangers get that?
Speak with animals.
Yeah, they can get it. Yeah.
It depends on which archetype.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was trying to go the more utilitarian.
Yeah.
So at least partially these griffins are considered beasts in some way or shape or form.
Right. I mean, I could check, but I'd have to log out of my Twitch, log out of D&D Beyond, log into my other Twitch, and then log into D&D Beyond, unless he's in my campaign.
He has speak with animals.
Yeah.
Okay.
So your blue dragonborn friend mentions that if you're not, that the griffins say as long as you're there not to harm the tree, they can give you a ride.
I will pass up the chance to ride on a creepy griffin.
Okay, so we're clear to move around. We will not harm the tree. Yeah, please communicate that to them, and I'm going to do a little higher fly and investigate. See if I can see any sort of structure.
All right. Roll a perception then.
Oh, perception.
while he was doing that, is the city/state that we've been going through, is the tree in the middle of it? Like, is it built around it, or is it separate from the area that we've been in?
It's in the middle of a lake. Like,
Yeah.
you guys saw this tree from literally the ocean when you were coming into this land. Yeah.
Okay.
On a clear day, we could see it.
Yeah, on a clear day.
Okay.
You don't see like any buildings like in the branches or anything, but you could swear there's some light coming from above the clouds, like that isn't the sun.
Hey guys, we want to take a we could fly up a little higher. I think I saw something up above, higher than the clouds. You guys want to go for a ride?
Yeah, I'm gonna make an insight just myself, saying, "Hey, the whoever went above, could they have been talking like literally, like they're just living up in the clouds? You know, like that story of the giant who killed this boy who went and used the beanstalk to steal his useless shit gold."
Wait, the giant killed the boy? I thought the boy killed the giant.
Oh.
I thought the stock
regional
killed
differences.
both, says the helpful kobold. That ran and then leaves.
Well, I mean, I suppose the giant's wife could have killed him afterwards, but I'm pretty sure the kid killed the giant first.
I didn't really pay attention to that story that much.
But as far as you know, the people have been saying that meant literally, but it was also like, this is something from like our ancient mythos, so...
Well, I mean, the dwarf recording called it ascension, right?
Yes.
So it could be either literal or figurative.
Okay.
You felt like what his ascension that he was talking about was more like, not like literal, let's go above the clouds, but more, we will create the ultimate thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Kind of, okay, yeah, I see. We are the Orsai.
Yeah, we will create the perfect thing. So does everyone want to fly up or no?
Yeah.
Well, I'm the only one that speaks Druidic, so if they're going, I have to go.
Yeah. So you get rise from the griffin. You notice there are some like some sap being produced from the tree from like an old wound or something, and you see like literally it's very quickly hardened and it becomes a griffin that then breaks off and flies off to join the rest of its flock.
Whoa. Okay.
Epic.
That's cool. It makes protectors. Okay.
Yeah, you fly higher and higher and higher. The air gets thinner. And then eventually you go to the clouds, you pierce through the clouds, and then like the griffins and the Pegasus land, and they don't sink. And you see before you another city that is literally staying on the clouds.
Remember, guys, there's no crying aloud.
We have literally made it to the Sky Temple.
What?
We made it to the Sky Temple.
Oh,
we didn't even have to do the Water Temple first.
It just means the Water Temple's going to be that much harder.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yes.
And you notice a couple of armored figures are rushing up to you. Not like we're coming to attack you, but kind of like when guards see someone enter a city.
Hello there, I say in Druidic.
We've been asked to escort you to the Oracle.
Okay. Let's go to the Oracle, guys.
Wait, in what way did they say that?
Are they speaking Druidic still?
They replied in common.
Oh, good. You guys speak common. I'm not a translator.
I'll speak
You don't
in
know how
giant.
long it's
I'm
been
going to
since we
speak,
heard.
greetings in giant to them.
I'm
To
going to
see if
speak
they
in nothing but
respond.
Draconic.
Let's see. Howlingle. They reply back in both tongues.
Whoa. Okay. Sure. I guess we need to see the oracle.
Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm gonna top off my water.
All right. I'm also going to BRB real quick because I have to use the restroom.
Sounds
Okay.
like a good idea.
You are escorted to the Oracle's building. You see a lot of the other buildings are very fanciful, like mansions and gilded.
Do we see anyone else as we're walking?
You see other people walking. You see the stairs of. At one point, these were probably like dwarves, but there are like odd mutations to all of them, and they're being like there's what appears to be like servants with them, essentially.
Okay.
They eye you and they see where you're going, and their intrigue but increases, but they don't want to intercede.
All right.
The Oracle's building is small in comparison. You see a figure when they lead you inside. A figure in there, sitting in a chair. It's very obviously feminine, wrapped in cloth with a hood. The one Macabar thing about the whole thing is sitting in like a bunch of various chairs throughout the build, like this large room of this building, are various skeletons, all appearing to be dwarf.
Yeah, that's not creepy.
That's very macabre indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Do the heads follow us as we move?
No.
Okay.
The Oracle is waited upon by like a couple of servants as well. It's so nice to finally see you here.
Instead of in your visions?
Yes. So, what brings the Unchained so far from their home?
The what now?
The Unchained.
Is that the name of the adventuring group? You never told me.
Oh, yeah, that's us. Curiosity?
Ow!
She nods. Then would you like to know a little of the future?
I don't know. Foreknowledge tends to be weird. I mean, I wouldn't be against it, but
Yeah, I mean, I could take it or leave it. What it is. Don't know if I really want to get into a debate about whether or not destiny and fate are, coexistent or not, but I'd like to at least hear your interpretation of the future.
I see possibilities.
always in motion the future is.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I see the most probable thing to happen. Like Krit Mere's little Aarakocran friend.
You have an Aarakocra friend?
Yes, you met him when you were fighting the witch.
I don't remember any of this because I, player-wise, was not there.
You were, but it was kind of an aside. I don't know that your character at that time really paid attention to that. Wait, you thought of what now?
Sorry. Continue. Aarakocra's doing what?
Oh, something's going to happen to him. Would
Okay,
you
well,
like to know, Krit Mere?
You're muted.
If things are loud, you can just feel free to type.
Nope, we're good.
Okay.
I will do. My friends are worth dying over, so I will do nothing to harm my friends or let them be harmed.
Aww.
So, if
I
it's
will.
something beyond my control, I do not know if I would want to carry that burden.
If you learn about it, it will no longer be out of your control.
A warning.
A
I
warning.
would appreciate.
Amazing.
Yes.
I will warn you, and it is not that I want to do such a thing, but it is the nature of what I am. It will take from you to learn this knowledge.
I pointedly look at the dwarven skeleton around the room.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe don't ask too many questions.
Is that all right with you?
I understand knowledge has a cost, but is the cost harm to me or my friend?
It will cause pain to you. Not in that you won't be able to do anything, but she points at the skeleton's round. It will cause you some physical harm.
Like I said, don't ask too many questions.
She actually nods specifically at the Dragonborn. Don't partake of the power too many times at once. I tried to warn the rest of them, but when you believe you are the top of everything, well,
I will accept pain in one question.
all right. Pain for one warning. She reaches out her hand. At this point, like the cloth, like robe that she's wearing, kind of goes down. You see that she's wearing like bandages, and they, without like her physically doing it, start unwrapping to reveal a completely. You'd guess like the hand this person belonged to would probably be like 20-ish,
Mm-hmm.
and she holds out her hand to you.
I will extend my hand to hers.
As you grasp it, you are suddenly, your vision is no longer there. You are instead back in the Dorinthian Empire on a small hill fort near the ocean. Your friend is in there, along with a couple hundred other soldiers. Surrounding them are the banners of the Dorinthian Empire army. They are facing off. The vision goes forward a little bit. You see that him and his number have been reduced to under 100 at this point. It fast forwards again. You see your friend and the last remaining of those people with him do a last charge. You see it from looking towards him as he's charging basically towards you, in this, essentially from the perspective of the Dorinthian army surrounding. You see him raise his sword in the sky with his wings spread back to the sun, and you watch as he's flying towards whatever this is, as he gets hit again and again with rifle fire, as basically enough rifle fire goes through that it literally cuts off his wings, and you see his body just tumble forward. And then the vision fades. And you take 41 points of necrosis.
Ouch.
I cringe and almost double over, but I
Yeah, like immediately
flex
after
with my body.
Yeah, immediately after the vision end, like you see her quickly pull back her hand and the wrappings quickly go over it.
It's a good thing you're a fighter, because that would almost kill me.
Yeah, and that's necrotic.
Yeah,
I missed your entire thing. It cut me out for some reason.
Krit Mere had received a vision of his Aarakocra friend, the one that's basically like, I know you guys actually helped someone that was like infiltrating the Dorinthian Empire, but there's a lot of warhawks who are just going to use this to start a war. He didn't agree with fighting like the frontier.
Okay.
And basically him and apparently a couple of hundred others that had the same view basically get slaughtered by the Dorinthian Empire.
Oh. Yeah, that makes sense.
And then he took a lot of damage. From your guys' perspective, you just see like Krit Mere like glossy eyes for a bit and then like double over in a lot of pain.
Whew.
As she very quickly pulled her hand away from him.
And how much damage did you take?
41 points in necrotic.
Yeah, he got
shit.
41 points in necrotic. As you can see, it does have a heavy price, the future.
Both the physical and mental
shared-
one, I'm sure.
But what I shared with you can be changed.
The warning is well heated. Kind of stoically has my clenched fist over my chest, bracing myself up from the pain that's still radiating.
Would you two dears like fetch him something, a drink or something? As she mentioned, he's still like her handmaidens.
Any specialties?
Tea is pretty popular up here. I also have a selection of various wines and the like.
Probably not best if I drank while I'm this high up. Drinking and flying is probably bad.
Mm-hmm. Does anyone else want to partake of the future?
It is a steep cost, I will warn you.
Let me see what my current health is.
Yeah, I'm not going to chance that, because that roll could have gone worse. By quite a bit, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I have 57. I don't think I could risk it.
It's up to you.
Problem is, I'm the main healer, unless you. Well, even though it's
I'm the
necrotic
secondary
damage, I'd just
here.
be dead.
I'm
Yeah.
secondary healer, yeah. I also don't have the healing spells for granted. I say.
No, I think it's okay for me not to. I mean, I've already been told so much about my future, but I feel that the less of my future I know, the less I'm locked into a decision, the more free my future can be, at least potentially to me.
Fair enough.
But I will thank her for the offer.
Well, have fun exploring the city if you wish. The company up here is typically not great. I will warn you.
Oh.
I cock my head. Violent or stoic?
The you know the after effects of what you encountered in the various ruins. That city that you went through was theirs.
So I kind of look at Taco, so I shouldn't be carrying some of the stuff that I collected up here.
Hey, is it gonna bother you guys that we killed a Hydra down there?
They would probably see it as a challenge and that they needed to innovate more.
They don't need to innovate more.
I look at the people who wait on her and say, we probably should keep that on the down low, please.
Don't worry. The people I select to serve me, I know, won't tell.
Okay.
She gives a
Thank
wink.
You. Oh, did these people create the griffins, the tree bird of the griffins?
They created the tree.
So the tree just manifested them?
Yes, it's part of the magic of the tree to defend itself.
That's whack. I love it.
It required the casting of many druids and the lives of a few others. As you've learned, sacrifice and blood increases power.
Yeah.
Though I would hope that you don't tell them about winter being gone if they ask. I think we can all agree that they probably should not go back down there yet.
Probably not.
Interesting.
Wait, do they still have a disciple down below?
There's the cleric that worshipped the whole things adapting and changing. So not the whole let's find a baby and torture it to make it a better thing. Essentially, if these druids met the cleric that you met earlier, they'd say that he was slacking on what he does.
That's scary.
Yeah. Essentially, the cleric you met is a mad scientist but has morals. These guys lack the second part of that.
Yeah, I completely agree with your with that. Yeah.
I mean, after all, they made me.
You're definitely not the worst thing they made. By any stretch.
She nods. So what will you do now?
Thinking back to how we left that empire with one monstrosity vanquished, but knowing that there are others. And how do we interact with the Dorinthian Empire in such a way that they will take the battle on with against the darkness, without battling everybody else.
I fear that a time of that has long since passed. If you were to take my advice, I would suggest seeking out more allies.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Allies make everybody strong, but the question is who would be willing to fight this dark scourge that is moving across and still could defend themselves against the Dorinthian.
I believe I'm talking to them.
Aww.
That is sometimes the issue with empires and rulers, that they see a large scope of things and can miss the finer detail.
Well, as you know, we have our ship does not fly, does it?
Not yet.
Not
Not yet.
No. Somebody mentioned it. It is an invisible ship. Yeah.
It can turn invisible, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I was looking. Yeah. It can. We have an invisible ship, not a flying invisible ship. But I worry for my friends because a battle is not worth fighting if everyone will die for no gain or no protection. It'd be cool if we could all stay up here, but
Yeah, I don't feel like that would be a good idea.
It is up to you. The choice is yours.
It's hard
will
to
ask
save
the
your friend if we
Oracle.
stayed up here.
So, there's a druid down below who offered to attach some wings to us. And now your people here were kind of about, improving. Is there any way you could...
No, bad idea. Bad idea.
No?
Not from them.
No?
I would suggest sticking with your cleric friend down. He has...
I have the sneaking suspicion if they modified us, it wouldn't stop at the wings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you offered for them to modify you here, they wouldn't stop until they finished.
Yeah, and I kind of cuddle my egg, and I know.
Yeah,
no.
because you, the player, didn't see the recording, but you, the character, saw the recording.
Yeah, essentially, like, the giant dragon corpse had, like, needle punctures in a lot of its bones, and then in the little hologram you saw, like, the baby dragon having that done to it.
They were perfecting the Captain America Super Soldier Serum, and the dragon was the test subject.
Oh.
Effectively.
Yeah, never mind.
I guess this is the point where I should wish you safe travels and swift journeys.
Fair. Thank you for the time, the tea, and the information.
You're welcome.
I thank you. Gripping my chest more. It is a warning well heeded.
She nods.
I turn around and look at Tim. It hurts.
Tim nods.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I can heal that, buddy. I'm sorry.
I mean, technically
no.
you could, because it's not...
I thought it was necrotic.
Yeah?
Oh, is this
unless
not the special
unless your
necrotic?
DM is homebrewing something, necrotic can be healed normally.
Yeah,
or
unless
the
unless
undead says it can't. It's usually
unless
undead.
they specifically state it reduces the max HP, it does not.
Oh, boom. Then you've got. I'll give you. I'll give you 25.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I breathe a little bit. My cracked ribs, don't hurt as bad.
Mm-hmm.
Your skin looks your skin already looks pale. Never mind.
Yeah, but you leave the Oracle's hut. Would you like to look around, or?
Cautiously. I don't want them kind of, I want to be kind of, like friendly, but like, don't give them ideas of what we've been doing.
Yeah, like, they speak in Druidic, specifically the dwarves, because they're that type of person. You have a feeling they could probably speak more than Druidic, but...
I look at Thresh, and I'm like, please remind me. I would really like to learn Druidic sometime. I'll trade you for Jai.
It's not mine to teach.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
I will. It sounds really cool.
You see a couple of them, like, eyeing the egg you hold.
I think we should leave.
One of them looks very interested.
Like, let's go now.
Make a perception check.
Daddy?
Crap.
Which one of us? Krit?
Sure.
I'm holding the egg.
The guy who's looking extremely intently at the egg, like he just found like something really awesome. Looks like he's a bit different because of like mutations. Like his skin is somewhat scaly. He has like dragon-like eyes. But you recognize him from the freaking hologram at that pedestal.
No.
It's Daddy?
And we are
Daddy,
walking towards the edge.
No.
And we jump off.
No.
Well, I mean, your mounts are still there, essentially.
Hey, Pegasus,
downward, please. Thank you.
Daddy, we're leaving,
Like, you hear him, like, I have an offer for that egg of yours, and, like, yelling out various things, and then you guys just kind of, like, leave.
No say, speaking giant, no say.
As we're getting ready to fly down, I look at him and say, no, fuck you, bad offer, you're a bad dad.
Oh. Okay.
And he's like, wait, you were dead? And then that gets cut off.
Yep.
So he realizes that you came from down below.
No. Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
They're going to start coming back now.
Oh, no.
Unfortunately for him, some bad luck happens.
Does he fall off? We may never know.
You hear some screaming.
Wait, does he fall off?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, we should probably try to catch him.
Taco, you remember sensing like a lot of evil from that pedestal from him just touching it.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
We tried.
I missed.
I mean, our mounts are kind of automatic. Krit's really the only one that really has control over his mount, so...
Yeah, no.
Roll me a perception check.
Who?
Anyone who wants to.
I shall do so.
These numbers. How in the world?
Well, I rolled a 9. Because I have a plus 7.
No, look at these
Nat
stats.
16. Nat 16.
Look at these stats.
You see through the clouds, like you see a black robe and a bandaged hand, just like give you guys like a thumbs up.
Yes.
Okay then.
Yeah, the roll was for her.
Somebody did push.
Oh.
It helps being historical, doesn't it? You hear screaming for a fair bit because it takes him a bit to fall.
Oh, and he's a dwarf, so this is like quadruple terrifying.
Yep.
So, one question. Is there going to be any of him left when we get down to the ground?
Falling from this
Probably.
height, hitting water is equal to hitting cement.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I actually need to see if he drifts and hits the water.
No, I'm
Because-
saying it would hurt as much as hitting cement. It would be no different at this speed.
Well, because there is like ground next to the roots, so he could hit that, or he could hit the water.
He could bury himself, instantly,
it's-
or he.
I'm saying at terminal
still gonna be
velocity,
a
there's
mid.
no difference between
Yes.
hitting the ground and hitting the water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
120 miles an hour.
Yeah.
It just
Either way,
depends
he's dead.
if he dug his
bones
own
will
grave
definitely be
in
liquefied.
dirt or in water.
Yeah, he
Ooh.
dug his own grave in dirt.
Ooh.
Well,
There's a dwarf-shaped hole when you guys land. There's no more screaming.
Is there like a stone or something we can put over it?
You could probably find one.
Here
yeah,
lies Daddy.
I'm gonna get the Pegasus.
Oh yeah,
Pegasus,
no, I
I'm
put a
gonna, like,
headstone up
let's
that says
land.
Daddy in Druidic.
There it is.
Because we don't know him as anything else.
It's like, yep.
Krit Mere feels like warm approval from the egg.
Oh,
Oh, I cuddle it and lick it again.
Why are you licking the egg?
I'd like to.
It's been established that he licks the egg. That's why he's licking the egg.
You guys haven't seen The Magicians. So.
Nope.
I have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see?
Uh,
Yes, you know.
I get it.
I haven't seen it that far, no.
Oh, spoil it?
I mean, I've
Should
seen
I
up to
spoil
when
it?
magic was dealt with.
Okay. So this is a major side plot, so I can. It was like a 1 episode side plot.
Okay.
If you want me to. So it's not real. It's not a story spoiler.
Okay, I'm
There
fine.
it. If you're fine with it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. So there is an episode that somebody finds a dragon egg. And dragon eggs have a special thing that when you touch them, you become fiercely protective of it at all costs.
Okay.
And then what's his face? The main kid, the main guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as he touches it, no, it was the traveler. He comes in, the traveler touches it, and he comes over and he's like, I want to lick the egg. just and he just goes, "Nope."
Yeah, that's not creepy at all.
And then they all defend it with their lives and fighting each other to defend the dragon egg. Yeah, that's great. Okay, so I will land the Pegasus and kind of have it kick some dirt over and cover the hole a little. Yeah, just gonna.
Man, who could have
Okay.
seen that coming?
So, sky people, giant tree, check.
Sky dwarves? What kind of universe?
Sky druid dwarves. Okay.
Sky Druid mutant dwarfs.
Yes.
Yes.
Then we have these marbly stone area and metallic crazy egg of the bad person, so the bad creature, check. Anything else here, guys, that we need to do, or we need to head back?
I think that's about it. Maybe we should add something to the wall in common and or druidic so that way people don't go this way.
Oh. You know what I have to do now, right? At some point. Anyway.
I played a turtle, so I played 2 turtles.
Mhm.
I can make this joke.
I know, but now I have to find a way to include Splinter.
What, Ratkin? That's easy.
Oh boy. So I ask our blue dragonborn, do the griffins want to fly us back, or do they have to stay by the tree?
They prefer to stay here.
Understood. I mean,
He starts talking with him a little bit. Naturally. Let me make a check. Yeah, they are going to stay there for the moment.
Got it. Okay. Well, thanks for trying. At least, you know.
Yeah, but you guys are, unless you have anything specific, you're able to make it through the city unattacked, but from the walls this time because they know you. You're the fast travelers.
Yeah, we're cool now.
Yeah.
We went up to see the gods and everything.
Exactly.
And there was a god falling from the sky. That was unusual.
Yes. We went up there,
I wonder if they're
kicked the
going to
god
see
out.
them.
You also noticed that none of the griffins interceded in that entire thing.
Yeah, no. Vermin, please. Please from the tree. I think I'm good.
So you want to leave like a thing like right at the outskirts, like don't go further if you don't speak Druidic?
Yeah.
Speak friend in Druidic.
Yes.
It's like
Or
speak
else
friend
get
and enter.
kobold.
And I write that in Druidic.
Yeah.
Underneath, watch out for falling dwarves.
Oh,
Perfect.
that's totally not going to confuse anyone.
Perfect. But after many days and many nights, because it takes a while to travel, you guys eventually make it back to the coast, where the crew and your ship have been awaiting you since you've been gone for so long.
It's been quite a ways, quite a time too. I mean, that's a distance.
Yeah. You have been gone for weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm glad they waited.
We're back.
Mm-hmm.
We've been gone for like at least a month and a half.
Yeah.
Realistically.
Yeah, it's quite a ways.
I'd say the crew would be getting antsy, but most of the crew is Sarthandrel.
Most of the crew is a person.
Well, that's actually probably pretty rough. He can't really talk. I mean, they all know each other. They know the answer to every question.
Well, but they're also from different timelines, so they have different slight alterations and skews from.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
so it's multiple
himself.
doctors. Yeah, he can, but it is multiple doctors. Some of them have a little different memory.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, effectively, they're all paradoxes.
Yes.
Your friendly clerical friend greets you exuberantly, since he's been experimenting with that vampire ash that you gave him. Surprisingly well. Surprisingly well.
Oh no.
I kind of like.
Does he temporarily go invisible, a la Skyrim?
No, he does not.
Oh.
But he's growing some plants.
Vampiric plants, all right.
Wow. Okay, we're talking. You know. Wow.
Vampiric fly traps.
Interesting. Feed me, Seymour. Feed me.
Big green mother from outer space. Anyway, let's copyrighted music.
I think it's short enough. Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So, how's coast life been? Because it's kind of crazy out there in the wilds.
Yeah, but I haven't actually gotten outside of this town. There's so many things I could see, so many different variation on things.
Ah. Mm-hmm.
Could I join you?
Where?
On the
Like
ship?
on our travels?
Yeah, on the ship.
I mean,
Well, we were.
Sure.
Do you still want to do the wing thing?
yeah.
Wait, you guys got wings?
Oh, yeah, I pull
He
out
looks
my
extremely
wyvern wings.
interested.
Did we get wings?
It's like
Extremely.
I drop my pack down. It's like they think I'm a mule.
No, I was carrying my wings. I don't know what you're.
No, you're carrying. Oh, I was carrying a whole bunch of stuff too.
I also have
Also-
a Hydra brain in here if you want that.
Ooh.
And do you think we might be able to get this tail
Lord.
shortened, maybe put on the warlock?
Oh yeah, the wyvern tail.
That is.
I think
something
I did a pretty good. Yeah, I think I did a pretty good job cutting that thing off.
I think that was the best thing we cut off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the best thing you cut off. I think actually. Yeah.
Yes.
No, the horns were the antlers were really, really good.
Oh yeah, the antlers too.
Yeah, that's right. Because
Yeah.
I was trying
I
to
have
teach
those
you how to
ones
do
down.
it. That's right.
So this Hydra that we fought, it was kind of the arcane Hydra. So here you go.
Ooh.
Hand him the brain.
He
Oh,
takes
God.
it very excitedly. So I can come with you then, man. Right? If you're going to find more interesting things.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Well,
sure, why not?
I
We do
kind
need
of
to,
look at him, and I look at my paladin friend on my shoulder. I'm like, there's a lot of fighting that we seem to run into a lot of bad things.
No,
I mean,
he'll just stay on the ship. He'll be fine.
You just okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you either stay on the ship or, we'll bring you things. You just stay out of danger.
Yeah.
We did need allies. He might be able to build them.
Yeah, he quickly rushes in and like gathers a bunch of stuff, like a bunch of books. Like he is literally covered in various bags, like ready.
All right, we'll do the wings on the ship then. I try to help him
Okay.
Yeah.
with his stuff.
You get the mad scientist cleric onto the ship. The words you never think you're going to say.
Nope.
And
Okay.
he is ready for whenever you all want to attach your wings. Who wants to go first? I guess I should ask.
Well, the Tiefling had the idea first. So if we're gonna have a winged
I will-
dinosaur with Einstein,
I will go bravely into this new world.
All right. Could you roll me a D100?
Oh, God.
We're going for settlement, people.
Oh no.
Ooh! Not bad. That's a solid B.
Yeah, that's a very nice B. He basically gets you up on the table. He talks to you a little bit, and then like you feel like the sink of like the little needle at the end of his holy symbol in your neck, and you go unconscious for a bit. And then when you wake up, you have your wings. You now have a 30-foot flight speed.
Yeah!
Your wings are completely functional.
Write that down.
yeah.
Right, and we're
Well, you can put it on your
so like
character
the
sheet,
third wing.
can't you?
Yeah, maybe?
Should be some way to do that. Let me see, because an Aarakocra has flying speed.
I like the title.
Yeah, it's
Oh, did you
probably
read
a
mine?
feat.
Yeah, motherfucking wings.
Yeah, you'd have to put it in feats and traits. 'Cause there's no way to add
Okay.
a different speed.
Yeah.
Which is
And which
Strange.
wings did you have attached to you? Because I just want to see Taco in my mind.
I believe it was the one from the Chimera.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you had chimera wings.
So dragon wings.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So I dump things out of my backpack. So the wyvern tail.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Well then. Could you roll me a d6?
Which part of the body did we specify it belongs on?
All
Well,
right.
he did yours right. I wasn't going to specify.
You do have wings. You have 15 feet of flying.
Okay.
And you now have, like, somehow you don't know how he managed it, considering you didn't give him anything else and there wasn't anything else for him to use in the room. But you just have, like, a row of random horns down the center of your head.
Oh, I'm fine with that, actually.
Okay. Okay, dragonborn with some extra horns. Got it. Okay. And you guys are like having fun in this, and down in my I made my own little room and hole that I'm making a nest. Just
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm just.
So I
kinda-
think wyvern wings are a little weirder because they're actually their arms too.
Yeah.
That's
It's
why.
why he had so much problem. And now
But
we'll roll for...
he added the horns because he's like, I had a hard time with that. Let me just do something I know how to do.
Yeah. Now let's see what happens to Tim when he attaches the tail. Well. Oh yeah, I remember.
Okay.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What?
Oh no.
Tim always had a tail.
Yeah, no, he never didn't have a tail. This is like seamless.
The tail also has a hand on it.
At the end?
Heck yeah. Wait, why didn't Taco
Okay.
roll for that?
Because I was rolling for Tim.
I'm just kind
No,
of
but
like.
Tim rolled a 91. Like, Taco didn't get an extra modification?
So it's a tail with a hand, not a stinger.
It has a stinger. It also
It has
a
a
hand.
stinger.
I was going to
And a
say,
hand.
the Stinger's like, probably like Wolverine-style claw. Just one big
Ugh.
one.
Comes out of the palm.
Just like, oh, dang. Okay.
So Taco got no extra modifications? He just got the regular one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I
I
don't know.
paid
I
him
would
off.
say no fair, personally, but okay.
No, I paid him off.
Yeah, I gave him the brain. He did something cool, so I'm fine with it.
That's true.
Well, meaning, like, essentially you rolled low enough. If you had rolled lower, you would actually have gotten a bad mutation. Yours was just
Ooh.
kind of a random neutral one.
Okay.
And then he got a beneficial one because he rolled above 90.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I
Now,
just
if you
got a
rolled 100.
superficial one that doesn't do anything cool and reduced on my.
Now, if you rolled 100 or like a 1, that's a different
Yeah.
scenario.
Mm-hmm.
You have your wings, but you now don't have legs.
No, on a one.
I guess,
Yeah.
guys, I'm done with my nest. Dude, did it work?
Yee.
Dude,
Mine worked.
And it looks like it's part of their body is the thing. Like there isn't signs of stitches or stuff like that.
ooh.
I keep forgetting I have wings, and I keep knocking things over.
I instinctually keep my wings folded down like I should have had them from birth.
I got this dragon hide. Could we like do something with it or put it on something or I don't know.
Well, you could make it an armor, or you could possibly replace someone's skin with it.
We look at the Goliath who has no modifications yet.
I'm just like, well, when we were fighting it, it would like, it kind of like shimmered and changed like after.
Oh, you're talking about the Hydra.
The Hydra skin. Yeah. I got some of that.
Yeah. Let's find a way to put that on you.
And then we got the antlers off of the Chimera. Got the antlers.
Yeah.
I'll just carve that. I can carve that stuff into.
By the way, what
anyone
are you
want
doing
antlers?
in
Getting
that
a
room
really,
of yours?
demon hunter
Um,
vibe here.
Just making my bed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, are you making a nest for that egg? You have the temperature right. He's talking about the Hydra egg, by the way.
Yeah. It was kind of changing colors too, a lot like the skin was. Well, when the skin was alive. What temperature is supposed to be?
Well, let me look at it. Sounds like someone modified it.
Yeah.
It has been. Definitely been.
We might want to put that skin on you. I mean, if you're the one sitting on it or hatching it, we might want it to, identify with you in some way.
Now, as far as the dragon eggs go, can we just put it in fire? All good.
Dragon egg?
Oh.
You have to be careful with that one.
What?
You can't just not all the eggs you can just put in fire. You have to keep it.
Well, I guess if it were my ancestors, it'd be acid, so that wouldn't be a good idea. Okay.
Would it be all right with you if I looked at it?
The Hydra egg, yes, absolutely, because that we got it. You ask us to get it. The dragon egg, you can look at it carefully, but kind of protective.
Yeah, he goes in there and in a similar thing to someone who's trained with various animals and how to raise them. He just carefully and gently. Essentially, unlike the ones up in the sky, he's basically a cleric that is like a nature cleric, but a bit more. And about let's adapt things and add things to things. He isn't with the whole jam of the no matter the cost part. He scratched that out because
that's fine.
Yeah.
No, I think someone else scratched it out from the tome, and he got the tome secondhand.
What color is the egg?
The Hydra?
Yes.
It is changing, basically.
Okay.
It's some
what
sort
color
of
is the dragon egg?
ceramic.
The dragon is like the white marbly porcelain color of the stone. That was porcelain. Yeah.
Yeah, I pull out my porcelain mess kit that I put together, and I'm like, yeah, it looks like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that you picked up.
Yeah, the one that I.
Hmm.
This might be living porcelain. I'm not sure, but it's porcelain.
This dragon egg is odd. I would say, as long as it isn't hit or damaged in any way, the child inside should be fine and should be out in the next few months. We probably want to get a lot of meat.
Well, we're on the ocean. I'll do a lot of fishing.
As for that Hydra, it's probably a ways off from hatching. It doesn't seem to be in any danger zone.
Judging by the color, it's somewhere between a white and a black dragon, probably.
Yeah. Apparently, eggs take more than a year to incubate.
Well, that makes sense, given this has probably been there for a while.
Yeah.
Long
wow,
time.
gold dragon eggs. Wow, 720 days.
Mm-hmm.
2 years. Okay.
Moving on from that, did you want me to modify your skin with that Hydra skin?
Yes.
Ooh, I wonder if it gives you any sort of elemental resistance based off of color, and or if it can make you a chameleon.
It depends on how good we do, right?
We'll see.
Let's find out.
Roll that D100. Watch the 100.
Today on Mad Scientists.
Oh.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
40 even.
Yeah, you don't get anything randomly added to you.
Mm-hmm.
Your skin kind of has the slight shimmering. One moment. As I have to pull up something now.
Well, generally, I don't know if you want this to work differently, but most things say you have X natural armor as long as you're not wearing armor. You take the higher of the two. If you're wearing armor. So. Like, Wizard Poke would be the example for that.
I have no idea on that.
Well, no, but what it is they have an innate AC because of their skin bonus.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're wearing armor, they take the higher of the two.
Could you roll me a d4? Three. Okay. Your skin is kind of almost energy-like. You can still feel it's solid. But you have resistance to magic damage.
Nice.
Ooh. Mage Slayer, here you come.
Hydra skin graft. 2019. Resistance and capsules. Do magic. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that takes half damage on
Yep.
magic. Okay.
Yep.
This is the natural armor thing I was talking about. This is directly from Wizard Folk.
Yeah.
You're not going that route, but that's what that would be like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I figured there were several different options that could be done with it.
Yeah, for you, making your skin better AC wouldn't do anything. That's why I was bringing up. That's how that worked.
Right, because I would have to be yeah.
Well, it takes the better of the two. So if you're wearing, if you were caught without your armor on, it would be nice.
Yeah.
But you're wearing like what, plate or something ridiculous?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the same thing happens to you as everyone else, which is the tink in the neck, and then you go unconscious, and then you wake up and you are changed.
I feel like I watched the wing one if he let me, but I definitely did not watch the skin one.
Oh yeah. He lets people watch if they want to watch. It's just he knocks you out so you're not like in pain.
Right.
Well,
right.
I know Tim's watching.
Yeah, Tim watched
Tim?
all of them.
Yeah,
Including his own.
he totally gave of two minds that.
Yep.
Yep.
But yeah, you see basically as like
Wait, he can't be put to sleep by magic.
Nope.
Well, yeah.
So it's
the
just a
thing is-
painkiller for him.
oh, good thing he isn't using magic. Well, it is a magic. It's the magic of drugs.
Well, no, I feel like he was using magic
Chemistry.
to put us to sleep, and the drug was just the painkiller.
Yeah.
So Tim's like, I'm not tired at all. I also don't feel anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's like, yeah, unfortunately, I was unable to keep the adaptive nature of it. It settled onto one.
Oh, that is fine. You did well.
Yeah.
Chaos armor would be would be crazy.
Yeah, essentially that's what would have happened if you got really well. It would have been able to like shift and adapt.
I've seen armor like that it adapts to the last hit it took.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah,
Well,
so you get a
essentially-
resistance to the damage type.
Of
Of
the
damage
last
type.
hit. Yes, I've
That's
seen
called-
that type of armor.
It's enchanted with a thing called Absorb Elements. What it does is you gain resistance to the damage type previously, and then you can add a d6 of that magic damage type to your next melee hit.
Oh dang!
It's a level 1 spell.
Mm-hmm.
And there it is.
Yeah, but you guys are now fully augmented.
Yes.
He has made you stronger,
Wonderful.
better. He had the magical technology.
We're in our new evolution. I guess I probably should learn how to fly.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I think he's rolling that into the time in between it and now and when we do the next thing.
Yeah, basically. Though during one of the nights at sea, Sorthandrel, the oldest Sorthandrel, because Sorthandrel Prime is technically still trapped,
True.
and so he pulls you aside, like he's at the wheel, just sitting there. So, boss, after everything, all this stuff wraps up, what do you think of doing? What do you think you're going to be doing?
I hadn't thought that far.
What do
I
you
don't
imagine
know.
yourself doing after we settle all this?
Going around spreading the word. That's about it. I kind of like the life of Don. He just goes around and he enjoys his life. I might end up doing that.
I hope you don't mind if I don't.
That's perfectly fine. You've
Yeah.
had a strange road.
Yeah. I'm tired, boss. Real tired.
I think you've definitely earned a retirement.
He shoots you a grin.
Yeah, that's assuming I survive whatever's coming for us. But yeah, I think I'll travel the world, help people when I can, scare those that need to be scared.
Yeah, but unless there's something specific, I am assuming that you're fishing and putting aside like fish and stuff for when the dragon bait is born, which will be on this voyage, ironically enough.
Yes.
Yep.
And, fishing, I just keep on casting lines. Store it and dry fish. Preserve it.
Yeah, I'm also presuming you are basically getting used to your new forms as well.
I asked him once in a while to practice his long distance what is his little zappy finger things at me. It tingles now.
Yeah. You see him practicing with the tail, like using it to impale dummies, and then he's actually able to like fling like his like eldritch blasts from his tail.
Oh,
because there's a hand. Oh no!
Oh no!
Yeah, meaning that he can hold stuff in his hands, and he has a third hand that can do it.
That means he can cast with his tail.
Oh my goodness.
The cleric gets fully set up with it looks like a mad scientist lab, and it probably has some sort of organization to it if you figured out how his mind works. Every so often he comes and checks on the eggs to make sure they're developing fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keep
The Hydra one scares
away
me.
from the eggs.
Huh?
Keep the hungry non-Sorthandrels away from the eggs.
Yeah, there's
some crew that's not Sorthandrel.
Yeah, there's plenty of food. They're kind of wondering like, what are you guys doing down there? And also a lot of them kind of stay away from his lab because you guys went down there and then you had like random shit.
We came back with wings.
Yeah.
Right.
And some cool horns. I like them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I definitely want to carve some of my trinkets into. It's probably going to be looking like a god awful necklace, but just the claws of the various monsters that I've slain.
All right.
hanging around my neck, and those antlers. Ooh, does anybody need knife blades? Knife handles?
Oh,
Nobody
when I was in
throws-
town before we left, I bought bolts.
Oh, crossbow bolts. Smart boy.
Yeah. After many weeks, probably like a month and a half, during the middle of the night, in the middle of the night, you hear some shouting up from on deck.
Oh boy.
Check on my egg real quick and go storming up to deck. What's going on?
Yeah, you notice like a bunch of the crew are kind of shaken, and the figure that's like appeared randomly in the middle of the boat doesn't appear to be aggressive at this point. But it appears to be like this ethereal looking like bugbear.
Like one we might recognize?
I don't know, do you go up to top deck?
Yeah.
All right. When Taco goes up, like the bugbear is just like sitting there, like apparently like waiting for someone. Not attacking. It's just he's like see through and glowy. It will take like a minute or two for like Taco to like get up top. Do you say anything?
Well, I look at it, and
Well,
first I'm going to do.
Krit Mere.
Oh,
I kind of look at it as like, looking through it and back at it, like losing focus on it and a little confused. What brings you on the ship?
Oh, I was looking for Taco Burnsides and one moment as I check character names. Crow.
oh.
How do you know those names? Those
Oh, I
I've heard
remember
that-
you, Krit Mere.
I am at a loss. I'm sorry. My eyes are deceiving me with the wind and the salt in my.
And you
salt.
recognize him. You saw him a little bit, but you recognize him as one of the people who stayed behind all the way back in Buck Hollow when it got swarmed by undead.
The way back there. How? What happened?
Buck Hollow, I heard that
I
place
just-
was destroyed.
Yes. Taco, you need to get
And-
up here.
Yeah, and Taco shows up, and it's Shanks. Not Shanks, Longtooth.
Oh, snapper. Are you dead?
Yeah. I thought this kind of clarified that.
Well,
You notice he
could be
looks-
astral projection, but
He looks a bit younger than when you saw him. He doesn't have the stubble that he did.
he Obi-Wan.
He has like what appears to be like some sort of necklace around his neck. He looks like he would be if he was in his like 20s.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, he
His-
is a monk, so astral projection would be a legit
Yes,
thing.
yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
well,
No, the style of monk I learned taught to envision your perfect inner self, and when I died, well, here I am.
well, looking good, looking good. Thanks for holding back the horde.
Yeah. I hope you don't mind that I kind of showed up wanting a favor.
I mean, yeah. What can we do?
Could you look after Shanks for me?
Wait, I'm confused. I thought Longtooth was Shanks.
No, he
Shanks.
said the name wrong.
Yeah, I mixed up the name. Shanks, it was the half-work that was the innkeeper. Longtooth was the bugbear.
There we go. Okay. Yeah, where's Shanks?
Well, probably in the City of All Saints.
He survived?
He nods.
Okay. Well, we've been there before, so we can go
Yeah.
try to track him down, yeah.
He probably isn't handling the survival well.
Yeah, but I mean, who is?
I was gonna say, you know a thing or two about that.
Yeah, survivor's guilt is kind of a bitch.
Well then. He
Cool,
gives you a 2-finger salute.
Wait,
See you
you're
later.
leaving so soon?
Yeah, well, kind of dead.
Oh,
Got other things to do.
okay. Well, if you want the ship, I think Captain Sarthandrel and all the rest of the Sarthandrels might be cool with you popping in from time to time.
Oh, before I forget, Queenie says hello. And then he just turns around and fades away.
Just kneels to the deck and just, why?
Ouch.
Biscuits.
Wow.
We gotta go back to the All Saints.
That hurts.
Ah!
Well, somebody survived that attack.
Yeah. I have no idea how. Because it was Shanks, it was
Shanks, Rodon, and Longtooth, and the dwarf who went upstairs with the body of the Susurrus.
Oh,
there
yeah,
we go.
That's right.
So they might still be alive. Potentially.
Well, Longtooth isn't.
Well, yeah.
Let's see here. Well, I didn't read those Ruby Magpie journals because I didn't have time. So I
That's
don't know
fine.
about him, but
Yeah, I've read about halfway through.
What about the Dragonborn?
I thought he got out with the original crew.
Rodon?
Oh, no. Whoa, I'm not sure about Rodon.
No, the bard from the town, the storyteller.
Oh. Yeah, I thought he's... we don't know.
He stayed behind, but he wasn't mentioned either, so...
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll find out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming he's dead since only one was asked to be looked after. But
yeah, that would be the assumption.
or at least to that character's knowledge.
Yeah. If you want, I can let you know because the Ruby Magpie journals are finished. I can just let you know info on that.
I'm going to finish reading them just because I like experiencing it in different modes.
Mm-hmm. But it is then on the second month at sea, you are nearing towards the frontier once more. Is when your little baby dragon is born.
Yeah.
Scales as white and currently as pure as snow.
Oh, white dragon. Let's see, where did my notes go?
And you have a little knight too who can ride on it.
Yeah.
Hatch. So white dragon hatched.
Yeah, it's currently like below even like it's like a hatchling at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
So it's making like noises.
Need
And
to
I'm just
curb its
going
chaotic evil nature, by the way.
Well, it wasn't.
We're assuming.
If it's an
It
actual
wasn't-
white dragon.
It wasn't born near anyone worship to Dracia, so you're already a good way along that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, don't let it do things that are chaotic evil.
True.
Because
Yeah.
once it starts, it's probably not going to stop.
It's a little she.
Oh,
Yeah. Got it.
And a lot of meat is eaten in the following.
Yes. I basically do nothing but sleep and fish and train my cuddle. Basically, more like kind of corralling my little baby dragon. keep it from fermenting too much stuff. And yes, most of the time was fireproofing the nest area.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of bricks.
Oh, I haven't seen
lining
this map
everything
in
around.
forever.
I know. We're once more back to this map.
I'm totally like trying to see if the dragon will take good berry from me, so it doesn't have to eat near as much.
it eats 10 good berries.
Well, no, it only needs one. That's
It
the
eats
point.
It eats multiple good berries.
Well,
Well, it eats like a couple, and then like the third one you give it, it like kind of squishes and like paints with it.
Well, no, like I'm giving it one a day, sort of thing.
Okay. The third time you give it one, it does the squishy like paint thing with it.
on the third day, great.
I think it's decided it doesn't like good berries, guys.
Well, it doesn't seem like it did that in anger. It looked like because Krit Mere was probably watching it, it accidentally kind of squished the good berry, and then noticed that it was like making color, and so just proceeded to do that.
Aww.
Hooray.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's now it
Yes.
knows it does that. It's not going to want to eat them. It's going to want to paint with them. So
Yup. I
Uh,
do every once in a while. I'll go fishing
we're
with
back
my
to fishing.
trident, and I'll jump with my my cloak on, and I'll just go around underwater, just stabbing things with my trident and bringing it up fresh.
okay, Aquaman.
Yep.
You eventually reach the port of All Saints, which there's a slight stir because of what ship you're showing up with.
Yeah.
Don't worry, the Sothandrels did send a little thing ahead being like, don't shoot.
It's a whole Dread Pirate Roberts thing.
We totally
Yeah.
replaced the black sails with white sails.
Yeah. Yeah, but still, it's still that ship. They
Well,
recognize. Right. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
guys, we need to go find a whole bunch of paint.
Yeah. But after you
Okay.
dock, people are like eyeing it for like a good long while.
I'm debating getting a white sail or a white flag with a very simplistic curved like gray dragon decal on it,
And a
like an
shattered
iron
chain.
dragon. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You successfully give the Hydra egg to the gnome. Your spooky, ghosty friend goes away for a little bit as he's infused into the sea iron.
Oh, yes. Let's see. Deep steel.
Yeah, the deep
Got
steel.
it. Yep.
You receive a messenger as well, because it's been a while. And essentially the town of, the various people has been moved.
Oh, the one that was at the abandoned mine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let you know that they've moved because of the Dorothy Empire spreading out because they have declared war.
And who did they declare war on?
The frontier.
Just
Okay.
everybody, not them.
The various city-states in the desert that aren't actual countries.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ooh, I have a really evil idea. But no, it's not an evil idea. The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Wait a minute, is that city's name Skeleton Dale? Skeleton Dale?
Yes.
What? I did not pay attention to that name.
Yeah, I think it's definitely time that we go take down the Dorinthian Empire. Show them for the shams that they are.
Unchain them, their saints.
Yes.
Oh my.
For they will not be free until the shackles have been lifted.
So is the train no longer out of order if they're invading?
You don't know.
We're going to have to put it out of order.
I look at my team and my companions. We must be careful, or else.
Oh, is that the town that was moved?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
move the icon.
Yeah, I just moved the icon.
No.
Okay.
Or else needless blood will be spilt.
Yeah, that's true. War does have a cost.
We must choose our battles.
Yeah.
By any chance, could
the
they be
battles of
here
our
so we
friends.
could make port with them easier?
Where? Oh yeah, they can. They can be there.
Thank you.
A bit asking around, you do eventually find Chang. You do notice that the city of All Saints, there's a lot less people in it currently.
Huh.
Do I see any posters that say, "We need you to protect"?
You don't see any of those.
Okay. Or any variation of such.
I would hope not.
But no, we need you to protect us from the Dorinthian Empire sort of thing. Not we need you to join the Dorinthian Empire.
Yeah.
Ah.
You eventually find him in a little bar, drinking with his one available arm.
Oh.
You know, we could fix that.
Yeah,
we know a guy.
Hey, we know a guy if you need a new arm. I'm not going to broach that subject anytime soon, but...
No.
Yeah, he looks... Oh, hey, Taco.
Hey! So... Longtooth said you were here.
He, looks at you. He's dead.
Yeah, we saw his ghost. Surprisingly, not the craziest thing we saw in the last 2 months. Or
Fair
since we
enough.
last saw you.
Gonna say it's been like half a year by now, I think.
I mean, last time you saw me, I didn't have wings.
Also fair enough.
So I assume you were the lone survivor?
He nods.
I'm sorry.
It's a talent I have.
Huh.
Well, many of the townsfolk were saved, thanks to you and your team's heroism.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah, if you wouldn't have given us that head start, we wouldn't have made it.
Just tired of losing family.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Got a question for the DM. Okay, so what was the nature of the item that was given to me by the goddess?
To find someone like her.
Okay.
And it wasn't physically given to you. It's something magically kind of in you.
Okay.
So got room for washed up half orc rogue on your team?
We've always got room.
All right.
At which point, I'll definitely do the. And if you want, we do know a guy that can help you out with your arm situation.
He looks at you like you're crazy.
I point at my
Yeah.
wings.
I point at mine.
I guess I should start accepting crazy, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Pays his tab. You tell him where your boat is. More people from the dock start heading to ship and the like. And you get a messenger from the actual main church for you guys to, if we could speak with you, the Unchained.
Oh, snap. They know our names.
I didn't even know our name. And these folks that I don't even know about know our name.
Well, I mean, we met you in the middle of battle, and there wasn't much time for small talk, so apologies.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we spent weeks together, and you never told me that the adventure party had a name. I never asked either, but that's not the point.
Eh. Things like that come up in the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, wait, you were around before Tim got his tongue, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I was on the ship, so yes.
Yes.
That's right. Okay. Is he still
Well, I
wearing
was part
his
of that
weird
battle,
face?
remember?
Yes, he's still wearing that weird face.
Okay. Believe it or not, we knew him before the face.
Uh,
I like how it's like the defining event before the face.
oh, I feel like that face is permanent now, too, because he went in to see the guy. The cleric.
Probably.
We don't ask him. We don't ask about that.
Nope.
Like, has the stitching disappeared from the side?
I don't know. Have you checked?
No,
I
he wants
look
to
now,
check
because
now.
I just
He
thought
probably
about
wants
it.
to keep it on there.
All right, roll perception.
Perception, core page.
The stitching is gone.
Oh, no, guys. That face is never going to come back off.
Oh no.
I
Unless you
point at the seam. That is no
Unless
longer a seam.
Yeah, unless you put another face on it.
I just realized we have arms.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I have graspers at the end of mine. It depends on the type of dragon, though. Wyverns for sure have hands on the end of it.
Well, we have lots of arms, but also remember, we also have the arms from the mannequin.
Oh
Yep.
no.
It all comes full circle.
Did Tim not use them? Does he still want to put them on Krit?
Yeah, you guys haven't used those yet.
Yeah, we haven't. We gave them back because they were Isaac's, and I didn't want to do anything with them.
Well, Isaac was trying to put them on Krit.
True.
Yes, he was.
Maybe somebody should ask him about that.
Oh my goodness. He'll definitely throw something in when he gets a chance to play.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird when it eventually comes back.
No,
He's
yeah,
like,
you have
what
a
the
hand tail thing with the
Well,
with the
yeah,
wicked stinger.
the stinger tail with
With a hand. Don't question it. We left you alone with the mad scientist cleric.
But we don't know all that happened, and just yeah.
One does not question how they gained new appendage.
I don't know. I would question it personally.
Magic. The cleric did it.
Imagination.
But you are brought up into the giant cathedral, up into the higher parts of it. And you see there's a man in the black suit who you've seen multiple times.
Mhm.
You also see, as it's been so long, I have to look this. Saint Haxum.
Okay.
And for the first time, you see Saint Adrian.
What?
He has
If
like
I
a-
remember, Haxum is the one that helped us out, right?
Well,
Yep.
Haxum is the god of gambling, chance, and meddling with fate, and you happened to win, so he helped.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and he was the one who wanted to oppose the angel.
he is basically in constant, like, at least Cold War with the House, because the House are like, we can rule everyone by putting them all in debt, and then everything will be nice and orderly. And he's like, that's not how this works.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, but Adrian, who has like a cloak up and he has like a face mask on.
Oh shoot! Wait, sorry, I'm reading this. Adrian, the symbol of the winding path.
Yeah?
I didn't know that.
So, you're kind of combining the iron and winding paths in your book
Yeah.
thing, so...
Okay.
We are in the presence of greatness, and I stand strong and stoic, and then internally, like, holy crap, what's going on?
It seems you've made it in time. And they beckon you over to the window they're looking out of.
Are you gonna push us out the window?
Why would we push you out the window?
We're not
I-
dwarves.
I just
Look at you.
A round of inside laughter.
You know, now I'm going to have to do that like every time. Whenever we start a new thing, it's like dwarf falls from the sky.
we just dealt with a lot of problems recently, so I'm nervous.
Yes. We are here to unfortunately mention there are going to be more.
Well, I heard something about the Dorinthian Empire.
Yes, they've did. Yep.
And there's an otherworldly group that's chasing us. Well, me specifically.
You're being chased?
Pursued.
I
It's
make
supposed to
tentacle
be
face
stopped.
motions.
Yeah, tentacles. Their face. Apparently, I have something that they want. Supposedly, they're supposed to not chase me anymore. I made a deal. Yeah, we'll see how well that pays off.
They nod and are kind of perturbed about what they just learned. But I have any of you been wondering why there's less people currently in town?
Yeah, kind of noticed that.
Yeah, my favorite tavern was closed on the way in.
There's a reason for that. Have all of you gotten up to the window?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
a giant ass window. And then there's the guy who's like in the black robes, who is basically the head of like the priests of the area that make sure everything runs. Well, the Dorinthian Empire, and typically their tactics, they often like doing an extreme show of force to quell any sort of dissidence.
Oh. Okay.
And unfortunately, that's what you are going to be seeing now. Then several explosions rock the city. Screams are heard. You do hear the faint sound of gunfire, and there are soldiers in the street suddenly.
Strange.
They all bear the marking of the Dorinthian Empire.
They're very
They,
far
as
from
in
home.
who?
The soldiers do.
The soldiers coming through. Got it.
Well, nobody else has guns, unless they're from the
Mhm.
Dorinthian Empire.
Got it. Okay.
Or they've interacted with a dragon.
Well, or you know, some warlock
Yeah.
stuff. But I don't know that.
Yeah. Like, guns have been slowly spreading out in the frontier, but they're basically the main headquarters of like gun manufacturing is the Dorothian Empire.
Should we do something about these guys? Is there anything we can do?
At the moment, something you'll need to watch.
It's hard. All right.
You see, you see the binders start heading towards the church. You see them coming up the steps, and you see like the Saints Guard starting to pull their weapons as they go to meet them. And then in between, you notice that suddenly it is now noon. As you see like a very solemn nod, like shaking of all their heads from the three saints that are with you. As you see Saint Dawn is like a cleric with him, and he suddenly appears in like a flash of sunlight upon a white horse, wielding his revolvers. And he starts causing havoc for a lot of the troops that are approaching. You see like the binders like start arguing amongst each other, and then they send one forward. And then you see that binder grab their neck and pull, and you see the ink like color that they typically have.
Mm.
As he flings it basically at Dawn. And you see it hit Dawn, and then you just see Dawn change.
What?
You see him become an older man with spectacles, someone who probably follows the laws and writes them and reads them and teaches the younger thing. He gains a quill, and you see his cleric look on horrified. As the binder who did that, you see him just crumple over and literally his head rolls off.
Ugh.
Whoa.
We heard rumors. We didn't think it was true. Damn it, Don. We should leave.
Yeah. Hey, we got a boat.
Mm-hmm. Follow us. You hear the sounds of blade meeting blade and gunshots as the head priest like pulls a lever and the entrance opens up.
Oh, just so you know, apparently Doran used to be called what was it? Zoran or something like that?
That wasn't like Zoran.
I can't believe I didn't write this down. Where is it?
I think I wrote it down in my notes, which is surprising for me. Let me get back up to my stuff. Bio.
Why didn't you write this down? Well, basically, I relate that all of the gods of the Dorothian Empire are supposedly saints, and some real gods we met said that saints can't become gods, so...
Skora ate their child. Revealed location of creatures. Goddess hidden tree. Beautiful love story. Daughter and two sons. The daughter...
Yeah, I have that Skoroth ate the Summer and Spring's firstborn, and then I didn't write anything else down.
I have what their children represented. I did not write down what we realized they were later on.
Okay.
The daughter loved flower gardens. One son wielded an axe. He represented the forest. It was a black obsidian axe. And the second son it represented the decay of winter.
Yeah, but those were the children of the gods. Those weren't.
Yeah,
saints.
They became, quote unquote, we believe they became changed in some way. And this might have been how they did it.
Right.
So if he's found the power to change them.
Well, basically, what it looks like is he has the power to take saints and turn them into non-saints that are basically the opposite of what they were as saints.
Yeah. Cool. Scary.
Yeah, they rush you down the hallway. Oh, there goes one big shot that we had to make a dent in them.
Well, with the information that we've gathered, perhaps it will give us an edge. Now that we kind of know where he came from beforehand.
The thing is, we were looking for the head of the binders, but we were hoping to strike at them.
Ah.
We were hoping the Paragon would make his appearance and we could strike him down. If the regular chains can do that, I'd hate to imagine what the Paragon could do.
Yeah.
Don't some of them have chains on their arm?
Yeah, it basically is a tattoo with a lot of imagery of chains and being shackled.
Right, but this one used the one on its neck and it killed
Mm-hmm.
him.
Huh. Is the head still there, or just say, with a cleric we could probably speak to it?
I think it'd be a bad idea. You'd have to go down there, and there's other ones.
You're still using your phone, right?
Me? Yes.
Yeah. There is something that technically you know. Would Taco be the
look
one?
at my notes. I saw.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I see the note. Okay, that's good to know. Well, I'll share that with everyone that I do know who might not know it.
About the Paragon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
About the what now?
So the note that I have, the highest position in the chains of Doran is being the Paragon of Doran. Only one member in a service can hold the position at any time.
And it seems like the other thing that I sent you did not save in that, so I'll just save this now. He also the Krit Paragon has also been missing for a while.
Oh, I seem to recall that being spoken about a while ago. Oh, wait.
Does this go back to the witch that was the Dorinthian captain that was taken over by that witch creature?
Oh no, the witch. I don't know anything about this. I can't tell you anything.
On my necklace, I hold a claw out. Yeah. We ran into some soldiers that, some Dorinthian soldiers that seemed to have been eaten, they were absorbed by some, witch creature. We killed one of them, but it screamed out to its when it died.
It screamed out to its sister.
Yeah.
And we don't necessarily know whether or not if a Paragon falls, if the power doesn't just pass to the next person.
Basically, unless a Paragon dies, there can't be a new Paragon.
That's fair.
Roll me history, Alex. Specifically you.
Yeah, because you're from the Empire originally.
Well, he's also from the clergy, basically, of it.
Well, yeah.
Because...
Oh, wow. Nat 1.
I slap him upside the head.
Sure, make another roll. I'll consider that Krit Mere aiding you.
I have a
What in the world
-1
are
in
you
my
thinking?
history.
I feel like the Saints are probably aiding him somehow. Anyways.
So 16. You remember what he looked like. He was a dwarf.
Okay. He wouldn't have happened to have been a dwarf wielding a sword made of the bones of his family, would he?
No, he wouldn't have helped us.
No,
Okay.
he was not that. You remember, like, a few years back him going missing? You vaguely remember it.
Okay.
Wait, did he go missing or was he taken under protection because Doran knew he was going to do something like this?
Mm.
All that Taco knows is that he went out into the frontier one day
Well,
and
no,
didn't
that's
come
my
back.
character just spitballing.
Yeah. Like,
Did
they had
we know-
a big fanfare for him leaving. He just didn't show back up, basically.
Okay.
And obviously, like, he hasn't died. He's just not there because they haven't made a new Paragon.
Ooh, he totally could have defected.
True.
The only thing you can recall is that one hunting site at the very beginning.
Uh-oh, I lost you.
You also distinctly remember that binder who went in from Buck Hollow.
Uh-huh.
That he was searching for someone.
Oh, that makes sense. He's probably searching for the Paragon.
Because basically the chains are like the strongest of his clergy, and the Paragon is the strongest of the chain.
Okay. So, wait, was I ever one of the chained?
Probably not.
I assume not.
Mm-hmm. You flee through secret tunnels back to your ship. The Saints split off to their own ship that you see set sail. They let you know that a lot of the people have been moved to the wild.
I'm sorry, moved where?
The Wildlands.
Okay, that's where I thought, but you cut out.
Yeah. Mainly for protection, because it's essentially an area that's being fought over by a bunch of very old and very powerful dragons.
Okay.
So apparently they've asked for help from the good aligned ones that are fighting, because essentially there is like two good and two evil that are fighting each other. Essentially, these are dragons that they have become powerful enough they actually have warlocks in their service. They can give pack.
Ooh.
That will sound vaguely familiar to Taco.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you sail away with the once beautiful city made of basically entirely old churches go up in flame.
Oh.
As you were leaving, the Saints explained kind of what was going on, that basically they heard ahead of time that the Dorinthians were going to attack, and so they basically got volunteers to stay behind and make it look like the city was unknowing of their attack, with hopes of luring the Paragon out to deal with it.
Oh, yeah, then I'll fill them in about what I knew about the Paragon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But if they killed the Paragon, wouldn't Doran just name a new Paragon?
Typically, it requires a ceremony, and then they'd have to send someone entirely from the end all the way there.
Oh, so it would take a lot of time to replace them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Essentially, they need the body one way or another.
Yeah, but that's where we end off. You learning of their failed plan as the city burns in the distance.
And we make for New Buck Hollow, or whatever they're calling it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where we'll end for tonight.
I like it.
I like it a lot.